Merry Christmas! Ho 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 ho! Hey y'all. Yeah, yeah, trying to get in the season. Ken got me some new glasses so I can see y'all's comments without looking like I can see into the future. And we went thrift shopping a bunch this weekend and fixied up my shelf there with some snowmen, if y'all can see that back there. And yeah, I found my glasses on Amazon. So, how's everybody doing? Let's see, let me get used to this here. I'm trying to do this all by myself so he's not here to distract me. Hey, Dragon Mama. You're sick too, aren't you? I know Dragon Mama is sick. We'll pray for her. I know that Gator Bait is sick. Are you sick too, Sarah? Severe depression. I'm so sorry. This is the season for it. That's why I haven't been going live. I've been kind of in a funk. So I've been sewing, and I hope y'all ladies feel better soon. I love you guys. I'm glad y'all are here. Dragon Mom, I know you were afraid about being here, but you don't need to be. I won't let anybody attack you, bother you, judge you in any way. And if I ever have, I'm very sorry. Not mine. You have dry heaves. Lord, you know, the best thing for that is Gatorade or Pedialyte. If you can stand the taste of Pedialyte to put some of your electrolytes back. But dry heaving is going to wind up making you dehydrate, and that can get real bad. So, yeah, prayers for you. There's my husband in chat. He's feeling left out because I'm not letting him be part of it right now. I got to try to concentrate. I want to have one show that doesn't have a Jerry Lewis moment. So he's been banished out there. No, I'm sure he'll be back in. He's not just out there smoking. So hold on a minute. I got to show y'all something of what I've been working on. Okay, now the last time I tried to sew anything was in high school, and I'm 52, so that the math there. Hey, Pitbull Mama. I've been doing this by hand. I didn't have a sewing machine until this weekend. My husband got me one, and I haven't learned it yet. So I'm still doing them by hand. There's one, if you can see it. My voodoo dolls. Yeah. You know what's interesting? My son we go to thrift stores all the time, and he just picked a basket full of yarn. And then it was everything I needed to make a damn voodoo doll. So I was like, I got to do it now. I mean, I have no reason not to do it. I have everything I need. This is a sign that I should make these voodoo dolls, right? So, and Ken, my husband, found these little cool skull head pins. You can see the skull head. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So I got all different kinds of colors and Anyway, they're imperfect because I hand did them and I have arthritis. So you can imagine the mistakes I've made like that. I mean, if you don't care that they're perfectly imperfect, then you would appreciate one. So anyway, so I got those I've been working on, and so that's kind of what I've been doing. And I videotaped some live footage for you guys, the Christmas lights. So yeah, so those are, thank you, Chaotic Beauty. It's kind of what I've been doing. And so what do y'all think about what's been going on in the YouTube streets? What do y'all think of all this Duke Pharaoh and all that? How do y'all feel about that? Like, I have Thai family members, and there's some Jews, there's German, there's Russian, there's various ethnicities in my family. So I was kind of taken aback listening to some of the rhetoric, and I guess I was kind of wondering what you guys' feeling was. With the music being hypnotic the way it was, I caught myself, and Sarah caught me up there too, backsliding. And let me show you something else I got. Be right back. Be right back. Coming. So I'm at the thrift store yesterday, and with all the hypnotic music and being Native American as I identify, don't know if I'm really on DNA, don't know about that, but I identify as Native. I found this. Yeah, so I had to buy it. I'm a tiger heart. That's where we all met. That's where we all started. You know what I mean? I gave him the idea for the, the trial by your peers. I'm the one that put that in chat, and he went and did it. And Eye of the Tiger, I put that in chat one day. And Rappy Doodle, I put that in chat one day. I'm like, man, I wrote a good show for you. Anyway, I miss my tiger family, and no matter what Ernie does, to me, he's still family. I don't care who that makes mad, because that's where I started. That's where I met all my good friends. And, he can't be all that bad if we're all drawn to watching his show. Okay. I mean, people are making bukus of money just using his name in their show. So props to our tiger family and all that. That doesn't mean I don't love my The Stand family. I love them all. Love y'all. But that's where we all met. That's where we all became tigers. And then, all hell broke loose. So anyway, there's my tiger. There's my alma mater over there. So he can hate me all he wants to. I don't even know why. I don't even know why Southern Girl's still on me. Hell, she shared my husband's info again the other day. I have no idea why. I ain't even been on. Whatever. Duke Pharaoh, he was talking about, yeah, that hurt my feelings a little bit there. I'm not sure how to take take that, because people do behave a certain way because it's for entertainment purposes. Like, I'm not really a gypsy, and I am Christian. I'm not really into voodoo hoodoo. That's just part of my act. I had to get some coffee there, but hey, Coupon and Madonna, good to see you. Yeah, I don't care who watches who either, Dragon Mama. And the whole thing about, what are you doing over there? I saw you in their chat. Well, who gives a shit? I mean, you're over there too. How else did you see me? You're there too. So anyway, that's just sort of my 10 cents on all that. I was disappointed in some of that rhetoric. And, I have a trans femme daughter, and I also have, Thai family members. So I can't dig that. So try not to hold that against the host. You never know what your panel is going to say, and your own live. What are you going to do? So I'm going to try not to put that off on Ernie. That's not really his fault. That's, that kind of all falls on his panel. We should be able to watch whatever the hell we want, but we can't. If you go over to Mama T's, she's not going to like you being over here with me, and she's going to say so because she has. And I've seen people ask Dragon Mama these questions, and I feel so bad for her because she's already in a bad spot personally. People don't need to know that, but I'm just saying, you never know what's going on in somebody's personal life, and then you're adding to the stress. Who's running her damn background check in the middle of a chat anyway? What kind of weirdo does that shit? I worked for a doctor's office one time years ago, and one of the forms that they had people sign that people didn't notice they were signing was, yes, you can run my credit report. Well, are we signing a piece of paper I don't remember signing? Because how are people's backgrounds getting checked? What the fuck are we doing? I mean, we're supposed to be looking for the bad guy for Summer, or the bad guy for Quentin, or the bad guy for Monkey. What the hell are we doing in each other's closets all the time? Who is directing that? Who's directing that? Because to me, it's like they're wanting to pull your credit and your background to see if they can get in your damn wallet. And when they find out, oh, you're no good to me, they treat you like shit. And they don't care if you're in chat or not anymore when they find out you're broke. So what do y'all think of that? What about my tiger? What's that? Did I miss? Your video kicking the tiger stuff down. Why is she on my ass? Lord, I have no interaction with her whatsoever. So we know she's being told to do that. But why? What the hell have I done? I mean, I try to only go in his chat when I see people that I know, and he's in a good mood, and I know that he'll let me hang out. But sometimes it's like, what do you hate me for again? Well, all I said yesterday was they were trying to clout about not doxing people. And I said, excuse me, you had Southern Girl pull me and my husband's background and put it all over the World Wide Web. Did you forget that? Yeah, I kind of think y'all do dox. So, and to me, doxing is the same as snitching. You a snitch if you do that shit. That's dirty. Playing dirty. Because I got your background too, but I ain't putting it up. But know that I got it. I know your mom and your daddy don't visit you much, Southern Girl. I know that. Why? Do I remind you of your mom? Is that why you got beef with me? Because we got no beef. There's no beef. You look silly. Silly. Hey, Alicia. Good to see you. We miss you. We were just saying how much we missed you. I hope everybody is feeling better in your house too. We have a couple of sick people in our chat today, so pray for everybody. Prayers in the chat. Yeah, so hey, Brown Eyed Girl, did you see my voodoo doll I was showing everybody? Yeah, we were. These are my voodoo dolls I made. Yeah. Let's see. I made them all by hand, so there's lots of mistakes. Anyways, that's what I've been doing. What have you been up to, Alicia? When he was playing the native drum music, that I love that shit, man. I could sit in there and listen to that all or damn out of the tire, man. That to me. When I was a kid, my brother took me to see Rocky, and my brother's a Marine, and so that got me all in the wanting to work out, wanting to join the Marine Corps. I love that. It's motivating to me. I think it's very motivating. So the Stand has a good intro and extra. That's another motivating one. Pound pavement to make a stand. That's right. Rocky was the shit, man. Painting with a husband, but I'm on lunch break. Oh, good. What you having for lunch? I think I'm going to make a pot roast today since it's rainy and gloomy. I went yesterday and had my flu shot, and man, it's still sore. Like I can't raise it above my head, man. That shit is sore. They were like, "Oh, you might run a fever. You might feel." I'm like, "Did you just give me the flu? Did you just give me the flu? Is that what you're trying to tell me?" Because everything, and they give me this booklet of information to read. I'm like, did I just screw up again and get another jab? Leftover chicken and dumplings. All right. All right. See, I got my little snowman at the thrift store. And you get like a box for $5. I mean, we got dishes and plates and stuff that we lost in our move. And I like this little snowman right here. I think he's cute. Yeah, I think he's cute. Yeah, and he's like weighted down, so he sits right up here on my mantle, just perfect, man. I love that thrift store. There we go. Have y'all gotten any snow? Uh, chaotic. Have y'all gotten any snow up there where y'all are? So sick last year. My arm was sore for a week. Yeah, I just like fell out. I like woke up and I was like, it's 6 o'clock. What day? Is it morning or night? Where am I? Where are you going? Okay. Alicia says, Monday I had to take my youngest to the doctor. He wanted to give him flu shot. I told him my son just had the flu, and he said, oh, okay, he has all the antibodies he needs. Oh, wow. A few weeks ago, really. I want to see some cold weather. It's really still warm here in the South. Dragon Mama, I just had flurries, but got more rain. The same here, mostly rain. You know, when I was watching, my daughter is a nurse at a busy hospital. She said everyone is coming down with type A flu and virtually no C virus at the moment. Wow. I'm not sure Gypsy sees me, y'all. Yeah, I said hey and prayed for you. Praying for you. Do you hear me say hey? Hey, Gator. CVS talked me into with $10 extra buck. Yeah, no, really. And they're like, well, you can still get it. And I'm like, I just got this shot and I can still get it. I feel like I was honed into what I was going to say was the other day when I was in Ernie's chat and he allowed me to be there, and I got to, say hey to Hummingbird and some people that I've missed since the big, fallout. But it was when he was playing the Indian music, and Tina comes in chat, and it was like it got louder and louder as she come up in chat, and it was like watching the Indian princess come up on, the hill or whatever. It was just cool. If you can like use your imagination when you're in there. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. I know people were making fun of it and all this, that, and the other, but I thought it was kind of cool because I like Native music and I love Tina. So, you know what I mean? It was just kind of neat. Maybe I'm modding in and out. Oops. Oh, nodding. Yeah. Sarah, they gave us a free COVID test at the doctor's and it said COVID and a flu test. Oh, you're kidding me. Makes me wonder if it was all the same now. Wow, that's very interesting. Alicia, I'm doing the home kit. It was negative yesterday, but I'm friggin' sick. Maybe I have the flu or some crap. It could be autoimmune stuff too, because that mimics the flu. Wow. Let's see what this says here. 232. What's the messages? Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're so sweet, Gator Bay. And you're sick. I'm going to send that back to you. You're so sweet. Gosh. Yeah, I was wondering that, when they were saying, oh, they gave me a booklet, if y'all saw the booklet, man, of what to expect with this shot. I'm like, wow, what did I just go do? And, I think Sarah was saying, when they give you medication, sometimes the side effects are worse than what the problem was to begin with. And that's so true, isn't it? I condensed a bunch of the meds I was taking into one, just doing my homework and due diligence, and kissing a lot of frogs, as I put it, before you find the right med. And to me, that's the worst mental hell you can be in, is having to literally be a guinea pig to all these different meds before you find the right one. And sometimes they exacerbate your issues. Like for me, they put me on Effexor when I was going through a divorce, and that heightened my mania and made me violent. And then, and very confrontational, very agitated. Yeah, I had lots of energy and I wasn't depressed, but it was kicking in my mania and making me angry and agitated and frustrated and violent at times. So, that's how I caught some of the charges that I got, was not being able to control my temper. So now, I've learned, now that I'm on the right meds, and I do understand sometimes I need to just go regroup. I'm thinking I have something because I had a runny nose, coughing, sneezing, and nauseated. That sounds like the flu, honey. DM, and then I started dry heave since then. The DM is going to dehydrate you. It's trying to dry up all this mucus. So I know it sounds nasty, but try to drink as much water as you can stand. And if you've got something like lemon or something that'll flavor it where you can stomach easier, that will help. Or if you've got miso soup, I don't know if you eat Asian food a lot or have something like that around, that would be like a packet from Oodles and Noodles. Just make the soup without the noodles and drink that broth. That'll help bring some of your dehydration back there. You won't be so, it'll help you get hydrated, is what I'm trying to say. What was I saying? Yeah, about some of the meds that I've been on. Cold medicine is another one that I've got to watch. If it has any kind of ephedra in it, if it has any kind of phentermine or anything like that, it makes me wide-eyed. Yeah, I might be cleaning my kitchen, but I'm mad about it. My husband had the flu 2 weeks ago. Donna, wow, I'm sorry. That must be going around. I just have a cold. So they went ahead and gave me the Sarah Zofran. Dragon Mama, try Gatorade Zero, Alicia says. Yeah, be careful with some of those cold medicines, especially if it has the DM in it. It can mix with your other meds in a negative way. That's for sure. I know I took cold medicine one night, and I was supposed to get up and go to work at Panera Bread the next day, and you can't be coughing and sneezing all over people's bagels. So I remember I had taken some of that DM and it mixed with my head meds, and I was high as a kite. I was like, I can't come in like this. I might not be dripping snot everywhere, but I'm high, man. So I had to like take half of a half of a half of some of that stuff. It's too strong. Who? Dayquil. Yeah, Dayquil. You can get the pills though. The Dayquil pills at Dollar Tree. It's the Dollar Tree brand, and that's really good. The Dayquil and the NyQuil. Oh, Jamie has the flu too. Wow, wow. Sage, sage. Maybe I should light it. Sage, sage. You do think yours is the flu? Gosh, Sarah. Hey.com, if I didn't see you come in. Wow, that's a lot of people with the flu. Holy cow. So if I had the shot, I'm still going to get it? That sucks. I hope not. Seems like ever since I had the Rona, I can't like get my sinuses right. I'm always, you know. When I did meth, it dehydrates you, and I always had to drink Powerade Zero. Sober now. Yay, Stone Gator is not stoned anymore. Avid cold and sinus is the only thing that works for me, but don't overtake it or you'll be high. Yeah. Yeah, there was something in the one I took. It was years ago, years and years, way before Charlie was even born. And I'll never forget that. It had the DM in it, and it mixed with my head meds. I was high as a kite. Couponing with Donna. Oh, then you won't like it. Tastes a little like honey. Flu is yeah. I love honey. You know, honey is good for some of the stuff. Is rampant right now more than C virus where I live. And Sarah says it depends on the shot for the year. Oh wow, and the percentage of the effectiveness. I have found out a lot of the years to be low percentage of protection from the flu. I never get the flu shot. Oh my god. Sober from meth, not Mary Jane. Well, to me, Mary Jane ain't, that's, it's like pizza and oregano. I ain't even counting that. See, I'm getting these notifications. What have I notificationed up to? Let's see here. Sarah, you saw me knock the shit out of my proverbial Lori. Yeah, I don't even know what her deal is. I don't think I've said 3 words to the woman. I have no idea why she's including me in these hate memes or whatever you want to call it, whatever. But like Ernie said today, it's publicity, right? So, hell, whatever. I shared this. I want y'all to see though that I think is important. Like Dragon Mama, if you're still in here, it's on my community page called Us versus Them and the Cult Mentality. Do y'all hear us versus them a lot in some of these chats? Well, they do this. Well, they did that. Well, them over there. Well, us over here. Do y'all hear this a lot in chats? Us versus them. Yeah. So y'all go check that out. I think it's important that we understand. Y'all are making me scared to be in this chat. I don't want to catch anything. Yeah, I know, man. Oh, here's the stage. Here's the stage. Do I need to light this? Am I supposed to light this? So I think that that's interesting. You know, I hear it constantly in chats, us versus them and the cult mentality. So y'all watch that little, it's not but 14 minutes long. I think it's important that we understand, you know, pretty much it's not supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to be that way because the World Wide Web is a big old place and YouTube is a big old place. We are just a you know, like this, a dot on the whole, you know, platform. So there doesn't need to be any us versus them, but that's how they mind control you. Okay? It's all about controlling you, controlling your wallet and where you spend it. They don't want you spending it over here. They don't want you spending it over at Sarah's. They don't want you spending it over at Alicia's. They want you spending it there in their chat. And they're afraid if you go visit us, you'll go bankrupt over here. So it's about money. It's about control and power. That's what it's all about. So when you start hearing them talk about us versus them and they did this and they did this, I'm not they. You know, that's not my pronoun. I'm a she. I'm a her. I'm not part of that they and them bullshit because all that is trying to build a common enemy. And if you build a common enemy, you're building an alliance. You're forming a team against an imaginary, you know, whatever entity that you're fighting against because the entity doesn't exist here. There's no point in it. I'm no one to fear. I'm no one to feel threatened by. I'm not taking your nooks and crannies from you. I'm just trying to entertain people and get some friends and, you know what I mean, have a reprieve from life. You know, so you come to virtual reality, and virtual reality should be a reprieve from stress, a reprieve from reality. It should not be a mind fuck and to the point where you forget your reality and you get so enthralled in the virtual reality that you lose yourself, called a rabbit hole. So I'm just throwing that out there to y'all. Yeah, I keep hearing a lot of, well, you know, us versus them. Who's them? Who are you fighting against? It's imaginary. It's in your head, okay? We all wanted to be a cohesive unit working harmoniously. And when Ernie fought Jimbo is what caused all this shit, is them two fighting. So we all in chat, we still like each other. We still dig each other. So, you know, the creators need to work it out amongst themselves. Go have a food fight somewhere and get it out. But, you know, us in chat, we're still going to be friends with each other. We're still going to leave our bike underneath their light post and hang out with Doritos and MTV. And y'all can't change that. So, and if we want to spend our $5 over there, we're going to spend our $5 over there. So all the, you know, trying to intimidate and, you know, well, I'm going to dox you. Well, don't fucking dox me, dude. Whatever you feel like you got to do, because you're not going to win. You know, I got me. I'm going to go where I want to go. I'm going to do what I want to do until my last breath, you know. So if y'all want to check out some of the stuff I've shared on my community channel about that cult mentality, Um, it's over there. And also information on if you wanted to get a voodoo doll. Uh, my husband said 25 because, the fabric and all. I mean, and then plus shipping. So if you wanted one, I'm going to try to learn this sewing machine so they're, a little better quality. But this is what they look like again. And little pin right here has a skull head on it. So there you go. Oh yeah. Anyway. Got to remember to wipe my nose for that girl that said that's all I do. I don't want to disappoint anybody. Do they actually work? I have a video of me actually demonstrating it. I stuck it in the ass, and Ken down the hall did feel it, and he hollered out. So, yeah, that demo is up if you would like to see it. Yeah, sure. Okay. Copy. Okay, there you go. All right, we'll have some company. Come on down. The price is right. Come on down. Should it be up like that or should it be down like that? Oh, no. I miss us all being in the same chat, It's kind of cool when we catch each other all together. Are you coming up? It's right there. Come on down. So the price is right. Do you see it? Okay, there she is. Hey. Oh, I like your picture. You look pretty.
It's an old one. I just wanted to put up a fat picture so that they can talk. But anyway.
But you're not fat. You're not fat.
So I wanted to say, remember when you and Sarah sent me the link for that guy that was talking about the aliens and the other word I can't all I want to think about is annihilation, but I know that's not it, but it starts with an A.
Anunnaki?
Yes.
Anunnaki, something like that. I don't understand all that stuff.
Does Sarah, do you? I thought you did, or you're just interested in it.
Oh no, I just shared it because he was a stoner and he like sells CBD.
Oh my gosh. I wanted you guys to come up on panel and explain it to me in layman's terms so that I can maybe understand it.
Maybe Sarah, do you want to come up and help us understand? I don't know what it is. Yes. She looks like she knows. Do you want to come up and tell us? Let me give her a link. Copy. Okay, there's Sarah. Come on down. I studied all of that ancient Sumerians and Babylon stuff. Well, Alicia knows it too. Do you want to come up too?
Well, I want to have a panel about that too on mine one day. So I was going to ask Gypsy to come up, but she'll be in the chat learning, but maybe Sarah and Alicia can come up. And
well, yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. I think I had sent when I first, that guy was calling one night for people to come on panel and talk to him and discuss, different religions and stuff. Naturally, the first person I thought of was Alicia. And I actually ended up sending her the the link because I didn't know if she's ever heard of him. And I'm like, I bet you I know someone who can argue this with you because you seem to know your facts. You seem to know your book, Alicia. So I gave it to her, and I think if I remember correctly, she had known who he was. But I don't have the knowledge of that stuff like he does, per se. But
He was talking too fast and he was saying terms I have no idea what was like. Yeah, he must have been zooming on some sativa or something.
Right. I don't understand any of that.
he knows what
I
he's
was,
talking about.
I'll watch it when he's talking about weed.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And the one person I thought of as soon as he started talking was Rose. I was like, oh, we need to get Rose on this panel because she's always talking about this stuff, the ancient alien. I think it has to do with thinking that the aliens came down and met, in ancient times and taught the colonies how to build certain structures with different, because they're saying that they didn't have the knowledge to build the things they had with the tools, what they had to work with, you know what I'm saying? Like, such as the giant pyramids and stuff. And, I think that's the whole basis of the thought process, but I could be wrong.
but what is the Anunnaki?
That's supposed to be the alien god, I think, that came to meet with the people, I guess, something like that. I mean, I don't know if Alicia knows more about that, but this is a theory. This is like a theory, and I'm not sure where the name came from. I mean, the person has an actual name, so I don't know where this name came from. Was it actually written in a book? Did somebody pass this information on? Was it carved in stone? These are the questions I don't know because I haven't listened long enough. But let's see. Let's see if Alicia knows.
Alicia,
You won't
do
make
you
me
want to come
mad.
up?
You wouldn't make me mad. I want to know
You
your
won't
take
make
on
us
it.
mad.
If you have something
Yeah,
to
I
squash
want
it,
to
I wouldn't
talk.
mind hearing it personally. I want to hear different sides. I always want to hear different sides and then put together my
I'm
own.
so glad I'm not the only one who didn't understand all that. I'm so glad because I was like, I have
Well,
no idea what he's talking
you
about. Is he
know,
talking racist?
And
I thought he
you
was
know
talking
the
racist.
reason
I was like, oh no.
he's
the
always saying
reason I'm
his
asking
points.
is because some guy said that he lived in California, like by the base, and
Not
he's always seeing UFOs. Who was that? Do you
okay.
remember that?
Book of Enoch. That's what I wanted to. I don't know enough about that, but I'm kind of curious about it now because I hear a lot of people on YouTube talking about that book. I don't know about anybody else, but I have. And these are supposed lost books. Is that what it is, Alicia?
Book of Enoch does talk about it, but they're not aliens. They are Nephilim.
So I thought they were aliens. So that's how much I know.
Smiley Miley says it's in the Old Testament.
Interesting. See, I'd rather know from a couple different sides to formulate my opinion. And I'm saying I always like to know more facts. I don't like to hear one side. I like to know more knowledge about it. So I'm not going to get mad from listening to people's thoughts on
I
it.
thought Alicia was coming up. Who is the other person that knows this stuff?
I think Rose knows a lot about this kind of thing too. I could be wrong, but I know she mentions that name a lot.
Hey, my lips.
She's always talking about that.
Hey, Lips.
Alicia's backstage.
Backstage. I see her now.
Here I is.
Yay!
On these days.
All
We
right,
miss
well,
you, by the way.
I won't have a whole lot of time to answer, but I heard as I came backstage, I heard Sarah ask something, and I didn't hear what she asked.
No, I don't remember.
So, what I'll just briefly say to you guys is that the ancient Samaritans and Babylonians, in a way, was kind of like how Native Americans would be, meaning that they didn't have a lot of people bringing them any kind of knowledge or anything, so they kind of had to figure it all out for themselves or come up with thoughts and ideas themselves. What they did have, of course, was some of like Old Testament type stuff, right? And the book of Enoch is from the Old Testament. He's the man that walked with God, and he never died a human death. He was taken out. He was raptured out, like Elisha. So Enoch and Elisha were the two that were raptured out. and they never died a human physical death. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Enoch apparently wrote a book. Theologians all agree that it is his writings. Only the first book. They believe that Enoch 2 and Enoch 3 were written by the Gnostics, the mystics.
Yeah.
But they do think that Enoch wrote the first book. Enoch in that book talks about in the Old Testament in Genesis when it says that the fallen angels mated with the women and created giants in those days.
Yes, the giants.
Yeah, which were Nephilims, okay? So they were half angel, half human. That makes them a Nephilim, all right? And they
Wow.
also mated with beasts and things like that. So a lot of, in the Old Testament, a lot of the gods that they worship, like Dagon, Baphomet, Moloch, all of these things back then were these Nephilim beings, okay? They looked different. They were huge. They had powers, things like that, because they were half angel, half human. The
Mm-hmm.
humans didn't understand what in the world was going on, and they admired these Nephilim beasts as gods. Okay,
Okay, yeah, that.
and these gods told them all kinds of crazy things and stuff, and they taught them things that they didn't understand or wouldn't have known. So you see when you watch Ancient Aliens that I say it that way because I believe that they're perverting scripture and turning it all into these alien beings and stuff when that's not what the case of what it was. But anyways, you'll find out that they had technology, thousands of years ago that was way too advanced for the times. Like we think, how could they have that? It wasn't
Right.
created yet. Well, it was because these, Nephilim can see, they're outside the space of time. The spirit side of them is. So they knew things that were going to be happening now way back then. And they taught them with what they had to do the closest to the technology that we have of today.
With what they had to work with, the tools they had to work with.
Right. Which is why you'll see like drawings and things, and you'll find stuff that's like, whoa, how did they know anything about this? Like the spacecraft looking thing, which was their version of like, a helicopter, a drone, different things like that, that we have. And you'll see drawings of it from way back then. Well, that's where it came from, because you got these,
Oh, because
fallen
they could see,
angels.
because they could see
Yeah.
in what was to come. You mean? And
Right.
any other person would think, oh my goodness, aliens must have visited, and that's a flying saucer. So you could see how both sides would think that. That totally makes sense when you put it that way.
And it all
That's
runs
my
together.
question, Alicia.
Huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's my question. I have heard two different people on two different channels talk about living by a military base and seeing all of these UFOs, unidentified objects. Um, I live a mile from Air Force military base, and so I'm like trying to figure out what I need to look out for. And I do see drones flying in the air, but I thought that was just the military drones.
I think it's a combination of things that our governments actually do create, spy crafts, things
Yep.
like that. Elon Musk will actually tell you, if we all knew what was made and created and saw it by our own government and stuff, we would be shocked. They can make things that blend right in with the clouds and things like that. And
I
then I
believe.
think on top of that, it's different like sonars and things that they're using, and what's the EMFs and things like that they put out that cause people to see things, mess with your minds and see things too.
Oh.
But then also, I believe that the Bible tells us that demons are the spirits of the Nephilims that passed, and I think that people see them at times too, and that they confuse them as being alien beings, but they're actually seeing demonic entities.
The Nephilims as demonic entities.
Right, the spirits of them. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
But it all goes together, like all of the ancient stuff. So if you're looking at what the Samaritans believed, if you're looking at what the Greeks believed, Egyptians, it doesn't really matter. All of the things, it all goes back to them. So like your lore, mermaids. Okay, well, take a mermaid. We know that Dagon was half man, half fish. Dagon is in the Old Testament as being worshipped by several of the Ites clans. So you
Mhm.
had different types of ites, like Levanavites, things like that. All these different ites. Well, they worshipped him as a god, and sacrificed babies and things like that to him. Just like most of all of them, Nephilim gods that were worshipped, demanded child sacrifice. So, anyways, but he was, drawn and talked about as being a half man, half fish. Well, that comes from that, that's a Nephilim. He's not a god. He's a bad person. A god would never ask a human to give your firstborn child to them.
Well, that's what I was confused about, because I was like, you said something about being demonic, but it sounded like at the time maybe they weren't bad until you said the stuff about the babies, because they were teaching them things, and they were half. I thought you said half angel, half person.
Fallen angel.
Fallen. Okay, I didn't hear that part. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what the Bible tells us, is that, when a quarter of the angels fell down with Lucifer, it said then they found the women to be fair. Now, God tells different things for the women to do in the Bible to try to prevent this from happening. And it talks about their hair being a covering, things like that for them. But yeah,
Again.
that's what the flood was about. A lot of people, because of Sunday school, believe that God just got angry at people for sinning, so he decided to, kill them all in a flood. That's not what happened at all.
Mm-hmm.
Noah and his family at that time were the only ones that were pure bloods. They were the only ones that hadn't been affected by that Nephilim blood. So he took them and the family and he put them on the ark, and all of the rest of them, it says their thoughts were evil continually because they had that Nephilim blood in them. There was no saving them from that, at that point. So they had to be, they had to be killed out, so that way it could all be started over again with the family. It does say though that after the flood there was giants in those days, and then after, so a few did survive and live through it.
So that's where Anunnaki came from?
Yeah, the Anunnaki is just their theory of not understanding exactly what happened, and they're putting it together. And I mean, you can understand that. Like, imagine, just like these humans all worship them as gods at that time, imagine if you're outside minding your own business and you're not highly educated because you don't have the internet and you don't have all the books that you need.
Oh, right.
And then you see this being come down and speak to you and tell you some type of wisdom, and you're like, oh my goodness, that has to be, you're just going to come up with in your head of what you think it is, because you
Especially
don't really know.
With no technology and stuff,
Yeah. So you write down, I mean, still to this day that could happen. Like if you're sleeping in your bed and all of a sudden this little gray man appears in front of your bed, and he gives you some type of revelation, then you're going to be like, I was just visited by an alien and he was awesome,
Yeah.
But biblically that it's a demonic being, and then that's what they do to get you to follow them, trust them, believe in them.
So the Anunnaki is the Nephilim?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It's weird that we're talking about this.
Question.
While we're talking about this, the guy just went live too. Funny enough, I just wanted to say, go ahead.
I didn't want to get on and argue with them because these people believe this stuff like a religion, and they always have for thousands of years.
That's why I left.
Yeah, so if you try to argue, they're just gonna get mad and go crazy, because it's like you arguing with somebody about their spiritual religious beliefs, which I don't like to do.
Right.
Yep, he's always saying Israelites come up and challenge
weed. I mean, I didn't know he was into all that.
We were just chilling and went over there and we're like, wow, this is kind of cool because there's nobody, it's not like the drama community, it was different. It was just like something we tried a few times. We're like, oh, this is different. Nobody's fighting kind of
then
thing,
he went off in the left field one night and it's like, honey,
that's why I wanted to bring it up on one of my lives, but please don't laugh at me, anyone in this panel chat. But I got a Bible from my aunt for my birthday, and I am looking for this book of Enoch.
The book of Enoch is not the Bible. It's not a part of the. because it's not divinely inspired. Okay, it was just him writing down what he saw and a lot of his opinion. Okay.
Where can I find it at?
Isn't it Lost Books, part of the Lost Books?
You got to be careful with those too, because a lot of those Dead Sea Scrolls and things like that are mixed in with actual canon scriptures, like copies that they have of those, but they're just what the mystics wrote, what the Gnostics of those days wrote.
I see a
So,
lot about that online, the Lost Books, and I did get curious about that myself. Because I didn't know about
read them all, and they all contradict with the Bible.
Okay.
So, except for the Book of Enoch, it's the only one out of all of those that doesn't have any contradiction. Matter of fact, it just explains further some things that we do see in the Bible.
Okay, interesting.
So you think like I can Google like just the book of Enoch and it'll
Oh,
come up
sure.
without all the other fake stuff?
Yes,
Hell,
it
Google
sure
will tell you how to replace an engine and a motor. I mean, yeah, Google is the place.
Yeah, that's how I read the Book of Enoch, is by Googling it that way. But like I said, it'll also come up Enoch 2 and Enoch 3. Those are not obviously written by Enoch itself, because when they found the scrolls and they do all, the carbon dating and all that stuff, they look like they were written hundreds of years past the actual Book of Enoch. So, and like I said, they contradict. They don't even sound the same or go along with what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, because I sure would have been sitting here like, what's going on with this Bible?
It'll blow.
I'm missing a book.
Yeah, it can be confusing. I was trying to read it myself recently.
Yeah, it will definitely blow your mind. And then, it sounds almost crazy. It sounds like science fiction, almost hard to believe. But when you go back and you read the passages, a lot of which are in Genesis, there's some in Deuteronomy, there's some in Ezekiel, there's some in Isaiah. It all goes together. So, and it makes sense, because there's lots and lots of people out there who have seen what they think is aliens, and other types of mystic creatures. And then you have all your Greek mythology, every one of them are either based off of a Nephilim that the Bible talks about, or a biblical character, like you got Samson and you got Hercules, same thing.
But what about the government and the supposed things that they have hidden from us? In that, you've seen these leaked pictures of the alien, and they've got the technology, and they're studying this. They've had this creature locked up. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen stuff like that? And how does that explain or coincide with Bible? Or
Well,
if it's demon, how do they have it? They have the alien. You know what I mean?
the Bible and Enoch both talk about the wisdom of these demonic beings. I mean, they've been around for thousands and thousands of years, like they were in heaven, they seen things. It says they never met God, but they still like knew, and they had orders at one time and things like that. So they're very intelligent beings. But like Lucifer, they're highly deceptive, deceiving, and manipulative, and they know how to easily mess with our minds and captivate us.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were a politician or something like that, and you're wanting power and you want to rule over people, rule the world, invoking
Hey,
one of
Jamie.
invoking one of these beings to get information from, and to, that would be a delight on both sides.
Oh, I see.
The demon itself would be all for it, and the politician would be all for it.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which, Antarctica, they said in the Book of Enoch, it talks about how God, to try to prevent what these demons were doing, God put them in ice, put them inside mountains. Instead of killing them, they were trapped in these various places. All right. So we know that Obama took several trips to Antarctica, and that there's pyramids up there in Antarctica. And there's a place that's kind of like, what's that seventh wonder of the world, with the Stonehenge? There's a place like that up there too, and pyramids up there. Yeah.
Yeah. How did that get explained? Stonehenge.
Because all of that stuff all goes back to these these creatures and stuff that were, the ancient aliens will tell you,
Hey,
well,
sugar
obviously
pie.
aliens built the pyramids. Well, if you have these Nephilim beings that, are considered giants that are very, very strong, 10 times stronger than a man, you have a few of them working on something, it wouldn't take them long at all. And the way the pyramids are done, it's all for sun god worship, right?
Yep.
In time. Well, there you go. I mean, this is how they communicated with their father,
But when we go back to school and when we were learning about it as a child, they show you the ancients working together as, in slavery, spending their whole life working to build these rolling rocks with boards. I mean, how they would have to take all that time and muscle power and work all day. In slavery, they don't show any kind of Nephilim. You know what I mean? Like everything contradicts.
Well, the Bible does talk about Israelites being slaved in Egypt at the time.
Oh,
Moses is the one who brought them out, and it talks about them making the brick. Uh,
yeah.
so they did definitely work on them and have a part of it. They're just not the ones who did it all. It's impossible.
And we're not being taught one part, and then
Right. And this is left out of the basic church, definitely left out in Sunday school, because this would terrify children.
Mhm.
Don't tell them a lot of this stuff.
That's true.
It is hidden knowledge in a way. And it's fascinating in on itself that they did hide it from all of us, because they don't want people trying to invoke these beings. So they think, oh, we just won't even tell them about it. But it's in the Bible, and it's in secular books that were written around the time that some of the scripture was written too. Like, read a lot of what Josephus wrote. He'll talk about it and explain it too. And he wasn't even a Christ follower. He was just there when a lot of this stuff was going on. And it's an ancient book that we have that also goes along with what the Bible says too.
Just
You
a
know,
good topic of discussion.
it's
On it.
fascinating enough within itself that you don't have to add all of the extraterrestrial buzz and all of that to it to make it, appealing to people to learn about it.
Mhm. Interesting.
Sugar Pie says there's also something like 66 books missing from the Bible. Who
Yeah,
knows what's written in those?
yeah. I thought there was a lot too, even more than that.
Hey,
Well, that
Rachel.
Is that the lost books?
I
yeah, well, it's
See, this is
okay.
stuff I don't know anything about. I've never heard any of this stuff. This is awesome.
It's
Do you
interesting.
I'm really
remember the
learning a
old,
lot today.
do you remember the old Catholic Bibles that were the family Bibles, and they were gigantor?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
They had a lot of the missing books inside of them. But when King James got all of his men together, and they were all from around the world, these theologians and stuff like that, to sit down and kind of come to agreement of what was literally divine gospel, okay, and what was added in during some time by man, all right, um and then what contradicted what others said, what didn't, like, we know who the writers of almost all of the books are of the Bible. There's a couple we're not sure of, but majority of them we know. Well, when you read all of their stuff, and you like, okay, this is Moses who wrote this, or this is Paul who wrote this, something like that. And then these other books come, the original copies of them, the dating is way off from the other ones. What is being said contradicts what other, like, men of the from the gospel said, and you can't tell who wrote it. Like, the language is off,
Mhm.
because over years slang terms change. People talked in 300 BC completely different than they talked in 1080. So they read this stuff and they're like, this doesn't match at all.
Yeah.
So they pulled it all out. And what the Bible that we have now is everything that matched, everything that can go back to dating. You guys should watch A Case for Christ, because that movie explains all of this. It tells you how they came to put the Bible together, and
Sums
it
it
gives
all
you
up.
all the historical facts of why these books are considered, the ones we have now are considered the gospel, and the others were all added in mainly by Gnostics and mystics.
So it'll sum it up in words in a way we can understand in a short bit of time.
Yes, because he's an atheist. Okay, the guy from A Case from Christ, he's an atheist, a journalist, and he goes out on a mission to disprove Christ and disprove the Bible. That's his lifelong mission. This is a true story. And as he does that and travels all around the world, in the end, he finds out that not only can he not disprove it, but now he has more proof than any journalist could ever need that it's all historically fact.
Mm. Wow.
It's really good movie. I mean, you'll learn a lot from it. Even
Can you
the
type or
crowd.
say that again so somebody can type it in case anyone wants to come back and look? Because I already forgot what you said.
A Case for Christ.
Okay.
This all happened in the 80s, but the movie is newer. I think it's like 2014 or something like that they did on based on the guy's life and his mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, he traveled all around the world and spoke to scientists and scholars and historians and went and visited the Holy Land in certain places that, you know, were in the Bible. And he was really on a mission set out to disprove it all. He thought, for once and for all, I'm going to end Christianity. I'm tired of it. And he couldn't do it, you know.
Wow.
Wait until you see about the shroud, you know, that was on Jesus in the tomb. They run that through genetics machine, and the blood's still living. Explain that.
Really?
And it also shows that he had an earthly mother, but not an earthly father.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, I knew somebody that could sum it up quickly would be you, and you sure did it.
Yeah, I could go into it for forever and ever, but I don't have the time. I have to get back to work.
Oh, yeah.
But I had friends who were deeply into all of this stuff, you know, and would go to like conventions and all of that. And so I did my own research and study on it all. It's been about 2 years on it.
I think Gator's in the backstage. Is that what that says?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was chatting with everybody. Rockin' Robin, let me say this real quick, y'all. Rockin' Robin, I gave you my husband's our family email, and he's not here. So if you want me to read it now, my email is up there in chat, cynthiagobble@gmail.com. Just like Thanksgiving. Gobble, 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 gobble. That's why he was calling me a turkey.
Juan always does that.
I was trying to get y'all attention in private chat before Alicia dropped.
I'm sorry. I just saw it. I'm not good at this with the phone, you know.
Alicia, so I heard you mention about the huge Catholic Bibles that they have, but as far as King James Version or INV, I think it is. What do you think would be more beneficial to read?
Well, actually, and there also might be a study one might be better too, right, Alicia? Well, I personally recently got a woman's study Bible. I was going to get a kid's one to break it up easier because there's so much I don't understand, you know, but I ended up getting that one, and I think it's
I personally use the King James Version, and I use the Schofield Study Bible. And although I don't always agree with all the commentary that Schofield puts in there, it does help you to understand what you just read and then think for yourself on it. You know, I don't like any of the revised newer versions that they did, and I know it's easier to read for a lot of people because people get annoyed with the vowels and all that.
And the begots. I can't get past Genesis because everybody begot everybody and everybody begot everybody. And I started with the New Testament.
If you're not
now I'll tell you something, if you don't mind. My brother, when I was, you know, a very young, you know, adult, maybe in my 20s, he gave me a New International Version, and it takes all the these, the thous, the those out of it, and it really puts it in terms that you understand, Stone Gator. It's the New International.
That's what my aunt gave me for my birthday. So I wanted to know what the perspective was between the two.
Yeah, if
And
you're not studying the genealogy of those people, it's only there for that Nephilim type reason that I was telling you about, and bloodlines of knowing where Christ came from through Mary and certain men of the Bible where they came from. That's all that's for. But if you don't really care, if you're not studying that, just skip over all of the begot stuff and all that and everything, and a lot that's in Numbers. Really, if you're not wanting to do a deep dive study on things, I would say read Genesis and Exodus and then skip through to the New Testament.
I
that's
was
where I
told to start with
started.
first.
And you want to hear a crazy ass story?
No
When
fear
I
is
started,
saying we miss your lives, Alicia. You need to have more lives like this.
I don't even have StreamYard anymore, guys.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, we had to cut back on a lot of expenses.
Oh, I only have the free one. I didn't even think of that. So it runs out after a certain
I'm
amount, right?
using the free one now. Yeah, I don't do the overlays anymore. It made it lag. And now that I'm not using like the free one, I'm not lagging.
I wonder if I'm going to run out of hours. I wasn't even thinking of that.
yeah, Sarah, doing all these 5-hour lives, your
Oh,
200 hours are going to go fast.
it's just hanging out. You know?
Yes, October baby. Rock and Robin was trying to drop a link of something, and she's not a mod. So if you could maybe find out what link it is she's wanting to share.
But yeah, if people are really interested in this stuff, I mean, I still have the free StreamYard version. I can always go on and go over that, and I can explain the
That's what
Apocrypha.
this is. This is the free version. So
Classes. You
I
do
could-
good classes like your one on narcissism and stuff. You do break it down nice in a way that people can understand. I think you're a good teacher, I guess.
and the Bible, definitely. I mean, I can
I have
definitely hear all that all day long.
messaging me right now, wanting to know why the Apocrypha is not considered divine gospel. So, I mean, I guess when I have more time, I can do, a video like this and stuff. But yeah, I've got to drop down, guys, and get back to work now.
I thought it was pretty helpful. Thanks.
Thank you for coming up and helping us understand.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
big time. Thank you.
All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
I love you
Bye,
too. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
So that's interesting stuff, huh, y'all? A lot of it's kind of over my head. I feel like it's over my head, you know?
You get lost in it.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks because I want to, like, the reason why I haven't been doing too much true crime is because I can't write notes. I can't write at all with my left hand. Yeah, I can't scribble with my left hand.
I forgot about your hand, right? Is your hand
When
messed
I
up?
was when I was in sales, I carried a hand recorder around with me. Have you thought about that?
That's a good idea. One of my doctors used to do that, record the whole thing, and then he probably just went home and did his notes.
I would just talk to myself in the recorder because I would have ideas all the time, bouncing around in my head while I'm like doing the dishes and stuff. I'd talk to my recorder. Or I would forget. I would totally forget. I got ADD. I wouldn't remember shit.
I do
So I have
forget.
to. Don't forget to send this contract out, the blah, blah, blah.
They probably have cheap ones on Amazon, like basic ones if you don't want to use your phone. So you have the option to use both separately or a different device.
I guess they're digital now, huh?
Probably. Or maybe on a tablet you can record like that. Not sure.
But you
Well,
can
where did
do
Where did
speech
Lips
to
go?
text.
Tell her she's more than welcome to be here anytime. I thought I said hello
What
to
happened?
her.
I'm not sure what happened.
And I blew her kisses. Lips. She didn't feel welcome here for some reason. I thought I said hello and blew her kisses,
I don't think
but
anyone.
I guess she didn't see it.
Yeah, no.
So Stone Gator, tell her come on back if you would. And Rock and Robin, I'm sorry. I guess I got confused. I thought that you were trying to send me something, but anyway. She says, I was raised Catholic, but I question things, me too. And I'm definitely more spiritual than religious. I totally get that. Sugar Pie says, Robin, me too. It's hard to believe some of these teachings when religion has been hijacked. And October Baby says, soft shell, thank you. Yeah, I had hard shell tacos last night. Sugar Pie
Oh,
says, you also have to use discernment when listening to these people who teach the Bible. Some don't always have it correct, and some are just charlatans looking for money. And Rockin' Robin says, but my roommate really knows the Bible, and I know my angels.
mm.
Very good comment there. And No Fear said, I miss your lives, Alicia. Yeah, she's got some information there that I like listening to, and she puts it in a way that I understand, you know.
Good at teaching,
So,
yeah. Yeah, seems very focused when she's teaching.
Way better
yeah.
than that guy y'all sent me to. I was like, whoop,
I was
over
there
my
for the
head and
week.
between the toes.
Yeah, stoned, I think, to listen to him. I don't know. It's still funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he got out there. I think one time I even put in comments, yeah, I dropped acid with Scotty Johnson once too. He was really out there. I have no idea what he was mumbling about. I thought, wow, y'all really got some potent stuff.
Yeah, I like watching them shape their Christmas trees too. It's funny.
Yeah. And his wife seems entertaining. I'd like to see
Yeah,
her do a show.
yeah. It
She
was
kind of reminds me of that girlfriend that climbed through the bathroom window on, what's it called? Shit. Sheldon. What's that show called?
oh, I don't know.
Young Sheldon. Or
No,
no,
not
Big
yet. The
Bang
one
Theory.
before it. The one before it. Big Bang Theory.
Big
Yeah,
Bang
yeah, yeah.
Theory.
Yeah. One of them had a girlfriend. She was so anxious of like, what do you call it when you get out in front of people? Social anxiety so bad that she climbed through the bathroom window during a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory. Thanks, chaotic. Yeah. Yeah, she kind of
I'm like
reminds me.
young Sheldon.
I'm OCD like Sheldon, unfortunately. Me and Ken are like the odd couple, totally. I'm like Felix, and he's Oscar, totally. Drives me
Oscar.
crazy. Do what?
Oscar. Oh man.
I love damn old shit like that. And I like old Newhart with his dry sense of humor when he was a psychiatrist, Bob Newhart.
I don't know. I can't remember. But we all like Magnum. Where'd you go, Magnum?
Smoke.
Oh, there. Let's see.
I was baptized Lutheran. I went to Catholic schools. And as an adult, I'm non denomination. I don't believe in religion. I don't think you have to follow a certain religion to get to heaven.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Just, because I have so many cultures in my family, there's Judaism, there's Buddhism, there's Christianity, there's Wiccan in my family. There's all different, stuff in my family. So I don't think that there's just one that's right. It can't possibly be.
I have one
I
side
think
very very Catholic and one side very Christian.
really.
So, yeah.
I've always thought of, and I hope don't throw eggs at me. Catholic equals cult, in my opinion.
All religions are.
To a point, you're right. To a point, you're right. But like the Catholic Church, to me, they I don't know. I don't want
Well,
to get
there's
into all
more
that.
there's more rituals, I guess you would say, ritual like
Yeah,
things going on when
yeah,
you
yeah,
do the
and the more money you give to the church, the hierarchy you are in the church. And that's the
well, the
same thing with
basket kept going.
Scientology.
The basket kept
Huh?
moving. The basket kept moving along when I was in there. There you go. Next.
Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
I saw your private message, Rockin' Robin. I gotcha. I like
yep.
your picture. It's pretty. I love purple.
Yep.
That was my daughter's favorite color, purple. Yes, we saw. You know, what your favorite show was? It The Big Bang Theory, or was it Bob Newhart?
I didn't
Which
see
one
Bob
were you?
Newhart.
Which one were you talking about? Rock and Robin. Yeah, I've kind of moved away from Catholic. Yeah.
Thank you, Rockin' Robin. Now you have that song in my head.
Rockin' Robin.
Sweet,
Yeah,
sweet, sweet.
I have the Sesame Street version due to my lifestyle here, and the Rockin' Robin that Elmo sings, and now it's going to torture me all day.
Well, my little sister, she goes by that. So there for a minute, I thought it was my little sister. She goes by Rocket Robin. Her name's Robin. And I was like, is that her? And she's spelling it the same way, too. So I was like, is that my little sister? But so, so what do you think of these lives that Ernie's been doing, guys?
So it's funny you bring that up right before you went live. See, I went on a little late this morning because I was like zombified, like I'm dying.
Oh, me
Anyway,
too. I think I got up at 10.
I went on right when Ernie, his live came on, and then I was confused about some kind of a phone call, like, since we're discussing it, and I'm like, Duke did what? What are they saying? So I tried to see the Duke call. I guess they said that Duke put it on members only. However, that being said, BK played the call, but he did a lot of commentary, and I was just kind of trying to watch that call to see what they're talking about, and then you went live.
Right.
I don't really know what happened in that phone call that's got the whole what
Oh
happened.
my God. I was in BK's live too before she went live.
Yeah, you were. I had to rewind it to try to figure out what was going on, so I don't really know anything about the call totally yet. I just had started it. I don't know
I
what
kept falling asleep on it.
I don't know what is reported to have happened. Like he outed him or something, or he recorded him secretly. Like I'm not sure. I don't know what
I
that.
don't know
Oh,
either.
anyone else know?
I kept falling asleep. I'll probably go back and watch it.
All I know is it seemed like he was trying to out him attacking Benny or something like that, but
That was pretty
he's
quick.
not really. Yeah, I don't believe he's really in Texas. I think this is just kind of like
Part of the show, movie.
how can I say, yes, part of the show.
Because
Yeah,
that's where BK is, and he wants BK to think he's going to him or something.
Does
I just-
BK even? I mean, is he even on the map right now as far as Benny's concerned? He's kind of got his own thing going now. I mean, is he even concerned with what? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I doubt it.
I don't think he's even bothered by it much.
He said that Ernie was going to the penitentiary.
Who said that?
BK?
Oh yeah. They were probably. I didn't get to hear the phone call, so I think that might help when I actually listen.
Didn't hear a phone call either.
I mean, I don't.
Considering his record, don't y'all think that he's just going to get probation and pay back fines? I mean, pay back restitution?
Hell no, not for stealing a van and didn't return it and then demolished it.
It's hard.
Like, didn't he
How was it demolished? What happened to it?
Yeah. It was.
I don't know. Like, he literally demolished the inside, I think. Like, yeah, he totally. I heard he vandalized it. That's the right word.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to redo it for himself or if he was looking for it for like a bug or something. I'm not really sure, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I know that the police are reporting that it was damaged. How about that?
Right.
That he tore it all up. That's what they're saying.
And I think the man that he stole the vehicle from or whatever didn't bring the vehicle back.
Yeah.
I think he's pressing charges.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
And it carries a 5 to 10 year sentence.
I thought the guy let it go personally a while ago, so I was confused.
But after you arraign, doesn't it take like months for all this to process? I mean, he's still got a long way to go.
Yeah, I think Jimbo says he has another court date at the end of January.
It's the 12th,
Yeah.
January 12th. That's to decide what, if he gets a trial or whatever?
Yeah, pre-trial, whether he's going to take a plea deal or go to trial.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. BK was talking about something that he could have done before that could have, like, got him out of it possibly, but maybe there's still a chance that he can do just probation or something. I'm not really sure how that works, but
Considering he's already on probation.
oh, that's bad. Then I didn't.
He's already on probation? I didn't know that.
All right, I didn't remember that. That could potentially be a problem then.
Sorry if y'all heard my ringtone.
No,
Yeah, he's on probation for that meth charge that he took down to whatever it was,
oh,
something conduct, disorderly conduct. He's on probation for that.
okay. I think if I knew that I forgot because that could be. I know that when you're from people I know that have been on probation, if they violate it, usually I've known somebody that's violated it the first time just from not going to get their P test and they gone right to jail for like a month or something. Like, I guess it depends on the judge and your past and all that. I guess they take that into consideration when deciding, but it's not usually good. Sometimes you
Well,
get
if he got indicted, that means there's absolutely enough proof to prosecute him.
yeah, I guess that's what it sounds like. Sorry
Do
about my
y'all
mic.
feel like he was hoodooed into all this, like he's a victim, or do you think he did this all on his own accord?
Oh, he was probably on some kind of substance.
I always thought the whole time a victim. That's what I always used to believe, because I thought, I guess like the storyline went that the trolls did something or whatever.
Rockin' Robin, I think that's because they lowered it to to the whatever it was, and so because that's probably part of the plea deal was to get a lower sentence, a lower charge with probation or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. So they won't do a trial or anything that day, right? They'll just make another date.
No. It's a pre-trial date. He's either gonna take a plea deal or go to trial.
So the
And
Does he
then
have
they'll
a
set
lawyer?
another date.
Yeah,
Does he have a lawyer?
that would help to know if there's a
He
lawyer
needs
involved.
a damn lawyer to
I
go
don't
to
know
these
if he's gonna.
dates.
I don't know if he's gonna get a public defender. I heard that he got a public defender for the meth charge, but evidently, someone is trying to get him a lawyer. That's a rumor. I mean, that's not factual.
Well,
In my opinion, all public defenders do are help you plead guilty. They help you go through the process of pleading guilty. Rarely do you get a good defense attorney that is through through the court system like that, where they're there to help you go through the process of pleading guilty. I have never in my life seen one, except one time in my daughter's case, where a public defender really went above and beyond to prove innocence. What do y'all feel like? You kind of get what you pay for as far as that goes, yes or no?
I don't think a
I
public.
have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what would they plead that down to?
Destruction.
Well, it could be larceny. They could plead it down to larceny. They could plead it down to involuntary anything. Lots of things.
So his charge is grand theft auto, right? What will they lower that down to? That's like a huge crime.
I haven't have it written down, so I didn't even think about that fact that it could be a grand theft. The auto. I didn't even see that, like the charges written, I guess you could say. So I don't even know what the actual charges are besides the destruction and the property damage.
Oh, Jimbo showed it on one of his lives, but I have a question.
Okay.
Couponing with Donna. I think the probation was a lie. He said it, but you don't get probation for disorderly conduct. Evidently, see, I don't know about that because he said that it was probation for just that county and he couldn't go to that county. So I don't know what that means. See.com.
So that was the van, though. He also said that had to do with he said that the van thing was all over with too. So I don't really know which
right.
is the whole deal.
He just wanted his subs to think that it was all over with, but But somebody's.com said that was part of the deal was probation, so he is on probation.
He's already on probation? How could he be on probation and not be in that town?
I don't know.
Actually, if you're on probation somewhere, usually you have to stay in that state unless you get written permission too, right?
That's what I agree. I agree right here with no fear. He said he doesn't have a record, so he'll be good. I didn't think he had a record either. And if he doesn't have a record, then he's going to get probation. He won't do any time. Just my opinion.
Yeah, chaotic's right.
There's potential to get like 200 or more. You might get this too. Who knows? I mean, I guess. But it seems like people are pretty convinced he is going. I just don't see how you can go from probation to having up to 10 years for something. That's like pretty drastic. Two different scenarios, don't you think?
It was two different charges and two different scenarios.
Yeah.
One was a meth crime and one was a
That's where we all met, y'all. We were all tigers. We all put tigers in the chat. Remember?
Yeah. I never believed the meth thing though when I was a tiger.
Me either. Is it true? He was on meth. I mean, me and my husband still are like, nah, Ernie, don't do drugs. Yeah, did he really? I don't know. I don't see a drug addict with him. I just see mental illness. He looks like family.
No, I see
I have a family member who he reminds me of to a T. I'm surprised I haven't even called him that. But he reminds me so much of a family member. So, which is probably why I don't hold grudges and that kind of thing. And I know he's probably the one behind doxing me and my husband. From what I heard, he's who told Southern Girl to do it. Yeah. And we all know that Southern Girl and Lori does exactly as he has said. So I'm not even mad about that, because I expect it out of someone mentally ill, just like myself. Don't expect me to always be normal because I'm not normal. Sometimes I'm going to act crazy because I'm crazy. And it kills me when people are like judgmental about crazy. It's like, y'all knew this from the get-go. And he said, look, I've got a mental illness, this, that, and other. So he's going to do things that are bizarre and odd to the regular norm person, in my opinion. And so, it's just, I'm the pushover where I easily forgive and that kind of thing where I don't know how he feels, but it's just, sort of like family. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just the weird cousin over in the corner playing with her belly button. You know what I mean? We all have them in our family.
I think it's of you to be so forgiving. And that's the thing. If people can, be more that way, maybe, there wouldn't be so much ugliness around.
Yeah, just expect crazy because we're all crazy. I mean, we've all gotten jabs. We've all been through trauma. We're all on some kind of psych med. Tell me someone here that's not. And so it's like, not expect too much out of each other and we won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
I had such high expectation of him at one time. I totally put him on a pedestal and saw him as sort of like this warrior who's going to, you get what I'm saying? And that's my fault. I shouldn't have done that because he's just, a guy who's trying to entertain us and make a little extra cash,
Yeah, it's easy to get involved.
I do. I feel sorry for him. I feel like he's misunderstood. I feel like a lot of us have been misunderstood,
That's true. Oh, there's Lips. Lips is back. Hey, Tragedy Pimp.
Hey, Lips,
no,
don't go.
You can't take my title.
So we all started with the Tiger family,
Yeah.
It's sad. It's really sad that we're all split up like this into multiple chats and we're all.
Well, that's why I say fight it. Like we got a couple of the Tigers here right now. I had some in my chat the other day that we should be able to. We don't have to all like the same people, but if we originated,
I miss each other. I mean, like I was saying the other day, I have no idea why Southern Girl hates me so much because we used to pick around and kid, and I miss that. It's like that sucks. I don't have no idea other than that one time I called her out. That's it.
That's why it
And
seems
she
like
just keeps
somebody
going and
making
going and going and resharing the shit, huh?
it's like
Gypsy.
yeah. That's why it seems like somebody's potentially making her do it because she
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh,
It doesn't seem.
totally. Yes. Yes, but I have no understanding of the plight. I get that you're trying to say you're pissed off at me, but could you tell me why? Why are you pissed off at me again? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't get it. I have no idea. I have no
Like,
idea. I stay off for a couple of days and do my sewing and just sort of listen, and I go in a chat or two. And I went in the chat the other day and I saw Tina and I saw all of the old Tiger family, and that was like, all right, this is killer. And he's playing the old music again, and it was killer. And it was like I was all caught up in the moment.
mm-hmm.
And then Lori posts some, I'm not the one, Gypsy. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I'm
how you
like, so
get
I
to read
don't know
it.
if I'm welcome there or not. I got some crazy bitch making memes about. I have no idea what she's even.
Well, I guess
So
with a person that you feel might not want you around, there could be somebody else that does and does see you for who you are. Like like there's some that were in your chat today, just now.
yeah, I just
They're cool
miss us all
people.
being together.
Yeah.
Folks that were all split up like this.
Anyone
And
see?
even with everything that's happened with Mama T, I wish her well. I hope she hits her target and gets monetized because, like I said, we all started from the Tiger family. I can't wish her bad will. I hope she does real well. I hope the Liberators do real well. I have no ill will toward these people. I have no idea what they're mad about.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm just gonna keep making my dolls, minding my own business, and just like
Donna.
Someone said, in the beginning, oh, you finally made it. You have trolls, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
is that when you realize that you're considered a creator then when you have trolls?
I was
Yes.
around when the moment happened, the magic. I remember you saying that, and I was like, "Oh, cool. I wonder if I'll get some." And I had some the other day, and I had the stupid bot. Like, does that mean I made it, like Gypsy did?
Shit, I got everybody coming at me. I must have made it to the big time.
Gator.
Exactly. They wouldn't be talking about you or streaming you if you weren't of importance.
Well,
it's funny though. You took it with such humility. You're like, y'all gonna have a boring ass show if you stream me, but okay. Just
I'm
know
still
this.
why am I get mad about it? You know what I mean?
I have no idea. I guess they just don't have anything to talk about. There's not, any missing children right now that are, a big focus, I guess. And I guess they start looking at each other for entertainment. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. Like I say, they have no content. Go write a show. There's so many topics to talk about. I don't understand that, but here we are. I'm trying
Did
to stay.
Nicolina get her other live back, her other channel back?
Say it again.
Did Nicolina ever get her main channel back?
I don't know, but I know that they boosted her up to get monetized on the other channel because she was saying that she met her hours.
Doesn't it just take when you get a strike? Isn't it just a week or something? I'm not really sure. Don't you just lose it for a week? Or
I thought
48
she
hours?
said she was just in like time out. Gypsy, I believe they do it to start drama. You don't have to do anything to them. Drama sells. Feed into it, they get what they want, clicks and views. Well, and exactly the way that Ernie said to look at it when he was saying, look, I don't care if Rap streams me because that's getting a whole nother group of people to see me. And, think of it that way. You're tying up the market share. More people are talking about you, even if it's negative. And artists do pay for bad publicity just to stay relevant. So know that you're relevant if they're streaming you. You're relevant. And you're getting twice the views.
Lips, you were not
Scream
in
away.
Jimbo's chat last night.
Huh?
I don't think Lips knew that the Liberators lost their channel. She must not have been in Jimbo's live last night. He struck
Sheila.
them like 10 times for streaming his content and they lost their channel.
Now
Go back
they're the
and
regulators, regulators.
Well, here's there
Is
fact
it regulators or irregulators?
it's
I don't
called
know.
regulators. The joke was a regulators, but so here's the thing. If somebody is streaming you, if you take the time to do it correctly on the computer, you can do the long, like Jimbo said, the long form version, and you have to do the timestamp. So you cannot fault strike. If you have proof and you have the timestamps and you have a video, then they're going to review it. And they're going to, if you're doing the long form. If you're doing it on your phone to strike, then they might get away with that one. I guess is the word I'm hearing, So
yeah, you have to do it on computer.
if you grab the URL, even if they delete the video now, that's how you do it, and it's not going to be false. YouTube, it's their platform. They can go back and see it, even if you delete it. If you grab that URL, that's the thing right there. That's the trick.
No Fear says that's what people don't understand. If you stream someone, Ernie gets all the views and money. Yeah. You're getting exposure. Think of it that way. It's not a negative thing. It's not a negative thing. And like when someone trolls me and there's a troll account that's like making memes about me or making shorts about me, they're going to say, who's Gypsy Soul? Who is that? Oh, well, you don't know who that is? Well, she's over here. Even if it's bad, they're going over there and they're watching me. Mm-hmm. So it's exposure. It's really backfiring if you think about it, the way that they do it, because all it's doing is getting the word out there who we are. So if you're a young like me, baby like me, who isn't monetized and I have so far to go to be monetized, it's actually a good thing because people are coming to me wondering, well, who's she? Well, what's that about? Then they come watch my shows and they form their own damn opinion. So it's not always a bad thing.
The streaming, that's what I don't get. Like Rockin' Robin says, there's 2 channels that do nothing but stream. That's their content because they don't have any. Well, I guess it's because people aren't doing the forms, and I used to wonder why, that doesn't happen more. But people have to fill out.
Yeah, you have to wonder if they're in it together. Hey, stream me, or hey, let's fight and cause, because all it's doing is generating a bigger market share for you. Even though it's negative, if you go up there and you, in the search up there, type Ernie Shell, you will see how much market share he has in the Krama community. It's a lot.
And I bet Duke shares are up overnight too, or views.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are like, what happened overnight? Because I'm curious myself, what happened? I still don't know.
And people are going to go sub up because he's the talk on the street again. So let's go sub up so I get the notifications of what's going on with that.
Yep.
So exactly. It is a way to generate traffic for little channels. Even though it's negative, it's still, like if, let's say, Justin Bieber hasn't been in the news for a while, but you see him on the cover of, the Insider, you're going to pick it up because you want to know what's going on with him, right? Same thing. I mean, bad press is still press.
Yeah, and a lot of people
getting the word out there.
Yeah, some people sub just because they want to see crap from the person. They might not like them, but they want to watch and see what's going on. So they'll sub to them. A negative sub, still a sub,
Yeah, exactly. So, what do y'all think about the woman that goes on for hours and hours talking about Ernie? Who do y'all think that is, and what do y'all think that's all about?
Wait, talking
Sarah
about
Smiles.
I've done it a couple times, not that long though. I think my last one was like 3.5. That's because nobody wanted to leave. We were just hanging out. I started out with
I don't know the name of her channel anymore. What's it called now?
I didn't have anyone to come up. What is the subject that she talks about? Because I don't think I have the right person.
No, she says it's Sherry. Sherry S.
Sherry.
The one that we've been listening to, Sarah.
happened to her?
The one that we listened to that everybody thinks is MAGA.
Yeah, they did think that, but I think it's pretty. Most people think not now, but I don't know what happened to her. Does she still have a channel?
One day it just went down. They were
Oh,
bringing up kids' names, and she took it down. They brought up Liam and another name, and they took it down. Annika.
Yeah, they did that. I've seen people bring the names up when I've been in there, and maybe they did it again, and it made her mad. I guess I don't know. I didn't know it was gone. But that's
Rockin' Robin, I heard that was false. And evidently Sugar Pie Honey Bun heard the phone call, so can you come up?
It's definitely, yeah, it is her, and she told everybody her name, and that's what.
Okay, so what is her plight? What's her purpose?
That's to be determined. She would come on and seem really mad all the time, kind of. That's what I took out of it. She seemed to be for the Tigers.
I think that she feels like he's being railroaded.
Mm-hmm.
October Baby says, I hear my name on SGs and had to replay it and figure out why. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about you for?
Exactly. Same thing. She don't do anything.
Probably because she's a mod for me.
Yep. I mean, that's what happens. Some, do anything, and then we got a video made about us. Okay, thanks. It's like I could do the same thing, but I'm not going to.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I could totally plaster background checks right now, but I'm not going to. That's not who I am. I'm not a snitch.
What's the point of that?
That's tacky, and it just shows her character. I mean, you know what I mean? It shows she's a snitch. And if you ever cross her, which I have no idea how I crossed her, I have no idea what the fuck I did other than, hey, Ernie, you got a rogue mod. That's all that ever happened. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, all this, lives about me. And she's critiquing my makeup now and some of my shorts. I'm like, wow. Do I remind you of the mom or something?
That's what happened just for leaving the channel. I mean, this is what it feels like, and that's why some people probably don't leave. And many of the channels, not just that one. I feel like some people are afraid to speak up, say what they really feel, or just leave the channel if they want. Yeah, I feel like they feel like they'll be targeted. I feel like that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because look what happens.
There's so much I want to say that it'll start a firestorm, and it's like,
But don't hide what you need to say because it's going to start this firestorm or whatever, because you need to get it out. And these are the people that support you.
I don't agree with creators running background checks on their chat. I don't agree with creators threatening their subs with doxing them with their background checks. I don't agree with them threatening you if you go into someone else's chat, or bullying you, intimidating you, because that's extortion by intimidation. And when money is involved, it becomes racketeering. And
is that against POS?
It's like if you go into a chat, and y'all know exactly whose I'm talking about, and they say, well, we saw you over there. Well, we saw you over there. Whose chat does that to? Do y'all feel comfortable saying names? I guess not.
And Ernie and Nick and Ryan.
I bet you money if I went to Mama T's chat today, I would get attacked. Yes or no?
That's what I think too, even though they were calling me over. That's what I feel like too.
The correct answer is yes. Yes, yeah. I would get attacked if I tried to go into Mama T's chat. Yeah. It shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. So, and it makes you wonder why. Why is it that way in certain people's chats?
Clicky streets. In some channels, feels clicky. Yeah, I'm not going to put
it. Only went that way when Nick and Rap went in there.
Yeah, I know that. I know that that's not how Mama T wants it. I know that that's not her intention, but I feel like she feels like she owes it to them now. Now she is in debt to the mobsters, to the mob bosses. You do as I say, or we will take your channel.
Yep.
You do as I say, or I won't give you hotel money tonight. I won't let you ask my subs to get you hotel money tonight. So what would anybody do in that position? Don't say drug addict. I've been homeless. What would anybody do in that situation? You break free and you stay with the people that are going to keep a roof over your head. She said herself that she asked Ernie multiple times and he never came through but with $35. So what is she to do? You know, she's got these people depending on her. She said like a month ago, everybody in her family comes to her when there's a problem. And so here she's, you know, totally overwhelmed with what's happening in her personal life. Now it's spilled over into her fantasy entertainment life and where she's making a living. What do? You know, you give up to the mobsters just like they did when it was prohibition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give in and get trapped.
Same concept. Yeah.
Well, I did see somebody
And I
last night.
know how they're getting background checks. They'll send a little bitty amount to you, and then they'll pound you about it. Well, I sent you this and I sent you that, blah, 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 so that you never ask them for money again. You're shamed. So you never ask for money again. And that little $5 and that little $10 just gave them all your information so that they can go do your background, they can go run your credit, and they know whether or not to extort you, intimidate you, exploit you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are all allegedly. Just what I've been sitting back and watching. It's like, well, why is she running her background check on someone in chat? What the fuck? It's like you're trying to find out if she's someone you can exploit.
All the people with the background checks and when they post their photos, it's, you know, that's been going on for like a year with various people. For me, I feel so bad for them that I don't even look. Like I've not looked at when certain pictures are posted and stuff. I just like, well, I'm not looking. I'm not doing that. You know, I just feel like I'm not going to give into that satisfaction of clicking on it, I guess you could say, which I know most people probably check it, but I seriously don't. So I've not even looked at the pictures when people are posted, you know, unless it's in my face in that chat that I'm already in or something, you know. But nope, I'm not doing it.
I'm proud of you, Sarah.
I'm not looking at yours. Nobody's.
I wanted to address Lips here. Lips says that Mama T wants Sarah back there so bad. Why?
I know that
because you could easily control her and make her get up on panel and help her do her show? Was it because she helped her monetarily, financially? Why? Why is she after her so bad? Because it's been a minute. I mean, Sarah's been gone a long time now. So why all of a sudden is she important?
Could it be a combination? Could it be to get to somebody else? You know what I mean? I don't want to be a pawn. Listen, I'm trying to like fight what's going on right now. I figured I would, yes. What I figure I'm doing right now, and I don't know if it'll work, but I said, wait a minute, I don't like what's going on with people hating and stuff. So I'm going to be cordial and pleasant. If they come in, they come in. There's no reason to I'm trying to fight back about what's going on, about people being in whose chat. I got to be a role model to that if I'm going to say it. If I'm going to speak about it, I have to be about it. So I'm letting people, giving them a chance. And if nobody's being rude, who am I to kick them out? What did they do? You know what I mean? I'm trying to start over like that, but I don't want my kindness to be tricked at the same time. I'm just genuinely trying to be good, to fight back this shit. Fuck this shit. We need to stop it.
Let me say something and don't interrupt me, okay? Just don't interrupt me for just 1 second. .com said, absolutely, Gypsy, but she will never admit it. Okay, I want to talk about this comment right here. Okay, if I may. Is it going to show it for me? Okay. One of the reasons my husband never, ever, ever supported Mama T was from the very beginning. He sat back and he observed how she treated me. And y'all might remember this and you might not, but when I first started, she helped me get up on panel and have the courage to talk. Where before I was, kind of in a mental funk and had been in a rut, and I didn't really have the self-confidence to do it. And I watched her and how she had just lost a grandbaby, even though it's a grandbaby, it's still a child to her. And I thought, wow, that's someone I look up to, someone I'm admiring in the moment. A strong female, and she had a strong female voice, and she was very good. She was very good at bridging us together. You know what I'm saying? She was very good at helping people kind of stay copacetic. Well, my husband didn't witness the things that I did and why I built the trust that I had in her. He witnessed how she never showed up for any of my lives. When she had that award show, she was damned and determined not to give me an award. Okay, do you remember this, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, and then when they said, oh, Cynthia or Gypsy is creative, her shows are creative, she said, no, they meant that about me. They were talking about me. And you gasped. And I have the clip. I saved the clip. Uh-huh. And whenever I'm starting to feel melancholy about it all, my husband replays it. And he says, she did not have your back. She never had your back. And he's like, you were all, this for her and this for her and this for her, but she never came to your lives. She never promoted your channel. And whenever it was where we were like the award ceremony, she left me out. And there I was in her chat, being her mod, roo-rahing her Cash App and saying, don't forget to hit the like button. But she couldn't give me a damn award. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, this bitch ain't for me. It was like, in that second, I was like, this bitch ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, in that moment, I was like, okay, I'm going to sit back and watch like my husband has. Is she for me or is she not? And she wasn't. So with that, and then with the slurs and all, and I have a trans femme daughter, I had to bow out then when they started, making fun of that. It was like, I can't be here. And with E squared and her cancer and my husband as a cancer survivor, I can't be here in your chat anymore because of what you're promoting. And you can't say, I didn't promote it, it was in my chat. It's happening on your dime. If it happens on your dime, you most certainly are responsible for it. So when Rose got hurt in my chat, I said, I'm going to mod you, Rose. I don't ever want you to feel like you can't come to my channel. You remind me of family. I feel like we're family. I don't ever want you to feel like you can't come here. And the same thing with everybody else. And if I see it happening in chat, I take care of it right away, don't I, guys? I don't let it fester and fester and fester. I think Lips got into it with Rose the other day. And I said, right now, one of you block the other, period, or you both go. And they did. They blocked each other, and we moved on with life. Yeah. It doesn't have to be this discord all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And back to what I was saying about Mama T. I was so supportive of her and looked up to her, like I said, until someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, she's not for you. You need to watch this from a different perspective and see what is being said, how things are being handled, who is being promoted over you, and why. Okay, so I did that, and I said, okay, so then I took a collective decision and left. Here's your wrench. Here's your wrench back, because I don't want my name on that. Mm-hmm. That's my brand name. I don't want my brand associated with racism, with homophobia, with hatred. I don't want my name on that. That's not what I'm going to promote. My children were suicidal over being bullied at one time in school. I can't be a part of that. So rather than get in chats and make fun of people or laugh at them, I'm telling you right here on my live, those were my issues. Okay. And, I've already said what my issues were with Ernie, and I don't feel any animosity toward him anymore. I don't feel any animosity toward Mama T. I don't feel any animosity toward the regulators. I have no idea why they're in attack mode. I just, try to stay out of it as much as I can. And I try to keep it out of my chat because to me, that's not entertaining. Y'all can say, oh, because that's what sells. That's what sells. I'm not buying into that. Buying into that. I think that we're not going live enough. And that's what we're stuck with. That's what I think. I think that if we were going live more and longer, that we would stomp out that bullshit.
I would be glad to see more of you. And I also just, Audrey, I wanted to say thanks real quick. And Lips, if I didn't intend anything like that, if you felt like that, because I'm genuinely trying to be welcoming to anyone that actually comes in there. I'm not trying to build some huge channel or something. I'm just literally trying to create a comfortable spot that we can hang out, because that's what I want, I don't want the nonsense.
Yeah, and another thing, see, this is something else too right here. I choose who I have on my panel very methodically. If they are going to take over, I'm not going to have them up. I'm not going to give them a link because this is my channel. I have things that I want to get through. Go say it over on your channel. And I see that happening, like with what happened to you. They just came in and pushed you over to the side and took over your damn channel for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard various, I guess, what people thought about that too. Yes. Yep.
Well, go do that over on your channel. You know what I mean? We wanted to hear Sarah. That's why we tuned in to Sarah's channel. We don't want to hear them.
That really, I think about it after, but I go from analyzing to what the hell just happened, because it went from 0 to 10 so quick that my head was spinning. But I mean, I didn't intend for that, but I don't know what to say. That's not going to be the usual thing,
Yeah.
And then I looked at the clock and I said, "Oh my, what the hell?" Just I couldn't believe it was time for me to do my. I don't know. I can't really. I got no explanation. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Well, there are certain people that I'm not going to have in my chat and I'm not going to have on my panel. I don't need their subs that bad. I mean, I don't care if I've only got 8 people in here to talk to. Like I said, I'm not a threat to them, so they need to go chalk up another tree. I guess I'm not going to let certain people come in here. It's stupid. Why would I? Why would I? I'm from a channel.
Learn as you go along, kind of thing. And I definitely learned a little bit from that experience. I gotta say, if I look at it that way, there's something to be learned.
Sugar Pie says, Mama T said she wanted peace. That is not a peaceful chat. I have not tuned in over there yet and saw peace. Have y'all? I see a lot of chaos. I see a lot of fighting. I see a lot of e-begging. It sounds like chaos. And I will never understand why I got to go to the store. I think I'm going to go live. Where does that even compute? I mean, go run your errands and then go live, right? I mean, I'm so confused about why you think we want to hear all that chaos. Wait till you come back from the store and you've checked out and you've got everything, then go live. I will never understand this chaotic, I'm in a rush. The entire live. I will never understand it. To me, it causes a lot of anxiety for me. So I can only, listen bits and pieces because it gets me rattled. You understand what I'm saying? It's so much chaos, so much frenzy all the time. I mean, wait until you have a quiet moment and a quiet spot and then go live. You know what I'm saying? Do it for your subs because they're all in chat going, gosh, wow, gosh. And you're like this. You're like this watching.
.com is right. Learned a hard lesson. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I wanted everyone to let it out, and thought maybe there could be something to gain from it. And then I thought about it after, and I guess it didn't go that way. But there's always next time.
Yep.
I didn't get. I'm sorry if anyone else did.
Okay, let's see. I'm way behind here in chat. Let's see. Wish Mama T well. I just can't support her anymore. We don't share the same morals and beliefs. Right. Right. Money over morals over there. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't need to be in the cool in crowd. If that's the cool in crowd, I'll stay a nerd.
Fluffy, I admired you yesterday going where the hell you wanted to, because that's how it should be. So props to you. I saw you going around doing you. Court papers.
More doxing over there,
Anyone that
I
gets
don't
doxxed, it, no matter who they are, I just won't do it. I know a lot of people. I know it's out there to look at, but I know I'm only one person of people. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, she was saying yesterday that she wants you back over there too, Audrey. It has to make you wonder why,
I feel bad, Audrey.
Let's see her ask a strong personality back over there, right? She's not going to do that. She doesn't want anyone who's going to put her in her place. She wants someone that she feels she can control.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can hear it. I mean, hold on just a second. I'm going to go get some tissue and some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Well, I could try .com. I just, I'm kind of just going with everything the other day. I thought my goal was to have some people up and talk about what I wrote about, but it didn't, it kind of drifts on, and I am very ADD, so I didn't mean to change subjects and all, but I did generally want to talk about strategies and our children and stuff, and it's a hard time and lots of worry this month for lots of people, myself included. So I thought we should talk about that kind of stuff, Oh, I'm not mad. I just wouldn't want anyone else feeling bad. I'm not mad at you. Oh, hell no. Don't ever think that. I was generally, I admire your strength to keep going, actually, Rockin' Robin. So don't worry about that. I mean, you seem like a tough cookie. You just, you get one and you give it right back, I admire that. What can you say? You don't back down, Oh, no, don't worry at all. 2 years. That's a long time, Audrey. That's what a lot of people started to tell me, October baby. I go, I just didn't see it, I guess, or notice. I don't know.
Yes, I agree with Audrey right there.
Well, a lot of people said that, yeah.
There were days when she was looking for Sarah to be on panel for hours without regard for her own family responsibilities. Yes. Thank you. She would say, well, I've got to go do this for my son. I've got to, it was total disregard for Sarah. I would hear that and, I know exactly. Let me shut my mouth.
You know what it is? I always probably don't want to hurt anybody.
I didn't feel like Sarah, that she showed you a lot of respect.
I mean, I guess I often don't want to hurt anyone, knowing that how, when you're a person that's been hurt so much, you don't want to give it, I guess. So I'm like, I do keep it in.
.com. I want to talk about this. Okay. When she says, hold on. And then there's some thing happening. Beach Blanket and Ernie's chat today said that she's doing drug deals.
Oh, I saw that.
If that's not true, someone needs to, address that. What are you doing when you go live? What the hell are you doing? Because it does sound like, someone would take it that way. It may not even be what's happening, but it sure the hell sounds like that. And
Well,
we're a true crime community. We're going to pick up on that shit. Somebody said it sounded like one minute she was at the grocery store, the gas station, and she met someone and then she had money. It was like, well, that sounds strange. If you don't want people to assume those things, don't look like it, right? Wait to go live when you're done doing your errands and people won't put those things out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes there's a song by, is it Lane Staley, My Own Prison, or is that Creed? It might be Creed. You are creating your own hell at times when you put that out there. You're creating your own hell because people are going to say those things. If you look like it, you walk like it, you talk like it. You know what I'm saying? And if that's not what's happening, wait to go live till you're done doing all that wrestling with your keys. And, when you do a story, it sounds like this. See, come on, y'all. Come on. Me and my husband put in hours of clipping and then editing, and no, that don't look right. No, this sounds stupid. That's lagging. There's a lot to put in it, the way we do it, the way we've chosen to do it. And it pisses me off to see this constantly get, it's like, what is, I don't get it.
Yeah,
to me, it causes anxiety. It just causes an awful lot of anxiety because it's like, I don't know. I've said this ever since the beginning when we all split up and started our own channels, that the way I like to watch channels, like Christina Randall, it's uniform. It's always, like a franchise. You know what you're going to get when you go there. And there's calm and there's quiet and there's not people coming and interrupting me. My phone hasn't rang once. Do you understand what I mean, y'all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The phone.
To me, that's
yeah.
I'm sitting there saying to myself, these people must be on drugs too, to be okay with this. Yeah, for them to be encouraging this. Dog shifting the car. The dog's probably driving, not just gear shifting, but it's a little over the top. And this is what Jamie said, and it was very poignant. He said, well, if she sounds real stressed, they'll feel sorry for her and give her money.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's why she does it? She's, I'm just so stressed out. Oh my God. That. There's always a crisis. Always a crisis. And they just throw the money at her. I
think when people are desperate and if they get money, anyone, then it's easy to fall into that, I guess, probably. Desperation for the money, it's easy to get hooked. I'm guessing, yeah. It seems like
I don't know. I would assume that those are very rich subs over there is all I gotta say. Because somebody showed a short the other day, I think it was Consequences or Connie Has Questions or
Constance Sue. I love her.
Something like that. And she's like, this has been going on 3 months. 3 months. She went all the way back to 3 months when she was asking for money. And I was like, has it been that long already? 3 months? Well, October, November, December, it started at the beginning of the month with Halloween decorations and all. And I was like, holy shit, it has been 3 months.
Oh.
Yeah, she posted something where she was, and I thought, wow. But, more power to her. It's working. She's making a hell of a living. And that's what we're all here for to do, so more power to her. It's working. I mean, people like listening to the frenzy. They like listening to the drama, I guess. I don't know what other word to use.
Well, Gator, you asked if somebody has that video where people are reporting. I'm not saying I heard it, that there was a deal on video, and some people say they have it. Yes, so I would imagine clip channels will probably put that up. I know Lori put up one yesterday.
Ever
Video
doing
of
the drug deal?
not that one, but just some chaos of getting with some yelling. But they said I've heard people talk about that they have it. I haven't seen it or heard it or anything like that, so I can't say. But it's out there, I guess. It'll probably be circulating later. There's always somebody recording shows, clipping, or always being watched.
Reading some of these comments here.
Okay. Oh,
all this is right, and yet she's about to be monetized. I guess it's what people want. I can't judge it. I can't put it down. I can only look from afar. Yes. I mean, I don't get it.
Rockin' Robin, there's a video. See Rockin' Robin's last comment. Now, I've seen people talking about this. I didn't watch it. I have a severely autistic son, and I would hope in the medical field, I haven't confirmed that that's, have people listened to that and actually confirmed that there was some bad talk about somebody with autism? Because that's, I hope not. I didn't hear it. That would not be cool. I love my son. He's the best light and purest heart I've ever seen in my life. Completely innocent, no hate towards anyone, completely loving. Nothing bad about him. And there's a lot to be learned from children like my son, because they have literally no hate in their heart.
Yeah, how people can get away with that. I don't understand that.
I can't watch if it's true. I just not gonna look. Maybe I hope it's a miscommunication or something.
Yeah, she did say that sugar pie. I mean, lips a lot. She did say that you had hacked her stuff. Yeah.
I hear a lot. There's been going on for over a year. A lot of people. Who's behind it? Who knows? And why? There's so many of us have children with autism in our family. It's like the norm now. It's not a death sentence. It's not bad. It's not a cootie or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm going through these comments I got behind on. Yeah, my son is.
Never in my life felt love that I felt from this child in my life. So I believe he was sent to me, and that's how I'm keeping that.
That's exactly right. God chose you to be his mom.
Nobody else could do what I do for him in love as much as I do. So I'm glad it was me.
What do y'all think about Southern Girl who keeps sharing our info like that? I mean,
I don't know why she's mad.
How does she feel good about herself, huh?
I don't know why she's mad at people.
Someone said she does it to couples, if you've noticed, and I was like, really? She does. Now that I thought about it, that maybe she's lonely and she's like projecting her anger out on married people.
That could be.
I'm going to sit back and observe and see if she goes after rap or whatever, because they game together.
Someone subs as being, she just made a reference to someone subs. Well, was it in a derogatory sense or just? I mean, I'll always not say something unless I heard it myself, but it was just curiosity.
That's the excuses she uses.
Can't picture with a medical background she would want to do that.
Yes, very lonely. I think you're right. Maybe when she gets a job and goes back to work, finds a romantic interest. I think maybe she had hopes with Ernie and that didn't pan out. I think
Yeah,
the way she talks, she thinks he's a blooming, crazy person. The way she talks now to rap about Ernie, it sounds like, does she have a crush on rap? Because
I thought you liked Ernie.
just wondering, because she just jumped off the Ernie train quick and started gaming with him. I thought, oh, here we go.
Well, I think what I mean, I can't verify her, of course, but I think Ernie might have texted Jamie that he didn't like her and stuff, and his reasons in a negative way, and I believe it was said on a live, but I don't know, I don't
Right,
remember what was said, but Jamie has the text.
right. Why Ernie didn't like her?
Yeah, not attracted to. I mean, let's face it, this people are attracted to who they're attracted to. I don't know how he said it or if he did it negative, but it wasn't meant for her anyway. Not like he said it to her, right to her. It was to somebody else,
Right,
but I would imagine that's his true feelings if it really did happen.
right.
It
Huh.
still is hurtful if you hear somebody say that about you, though. I would imagine.
I think she's cute. I mean, I don't know. None of my business. Like I said, I don't have any ill will. I mean, whatever.
Pretty fortunate. I feel if I was in, I would feel pretty fortunate to be in a situation like somebody gifted me what was gifted. I would, you know, that doesn't happen to most people. To be left something, that could keep you
Right,
going and raise your child. So I mean, that must feel
right.
great. I would feel happy and not angry. I think, anyways.
Once
Yeah. You
again.
should try. That's what I'm saying. I have the best boy in the world. We all do.
Hmm.
Hell no.
She said better not start with the autistic thing because that'll bring out a side of me she won't like. My kid's autistic. Mine is too. Yes, and some of you guys have grand. That's right.
This I
Everyone has
hated.
one in their home or
I know.
family.
I've made so many sacrifices. Not going anywhere. Not going to trainings. I don't leave him. It's just no vacations. I do everything for him. My world. Every hard moment. Every night sleeping on the floor next to him to make sure he's safe, and I do it again.
That's right.
Keeping him home for almost 2 years to homeschool him because I'm scared of him, having a seizure at school. But you think
Right.
that being trapped like a prison in my home? No, but I want to keep him safe because I love him.
Mine won't go back to public school. They had like very traumatic experiences there, and ironically, out in the country, not in the city, they were
Yeah,
just
unfortunately,
terrorized.
all
One
districts are
by
different.
a teacher, and the other by a football player that he played with.
So your child's
Um,
in regular general class, wasn't in like a separate classroom.
no, they were both mainstreamed.
Yeah, mine's not, so he's more protected. Even though I didn't like
That's
it when he.
good.
Yeah, yeah. And it's only him and two other boys. The class is three altogether, with three teachers. Nobody's gonna do anything, and I didn't like that at first. But you know what? There's nobody in there that's gonna pick on them. I have to think of it like that.
That's
And
right. That's
there's
right.
the school teaches love and kindness, and there's kids that volunteer, go in and play games. They really have worked on district has worked with kids since middle school to get volunteers to be kind to our friends and to be role models. So I should be fortunate for that at least.
Yeah, I homeschool
I don't
Charlie
blame
because they both were suicidal.
stop.
I mean,
I don't have to be like this.
One of them, it was Charlie, had a teacher that had a raspy cigarette drinking too much voice we have all heard here on YouTube. And she came off as rough, real rough compared to the other teachers he had. And she was up there in age. And on the weekends, she's a honky tonk karaoke singer in a bar. And you could tell that's where her heart really was. And when the kids would get loud, she would slam her hand down on the desk and scream at them. And she used intimidating words. She used threatening words. So we, of course, went to the principal, and then we went to the whatever's over the principal, and we didn't really get any kind of resolution. So I pulled him out, and I was like, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have him have panic attacks and terrorized because you drink too much and they're getting on your nerves. You know what I mean? I pretty much told her, you need to take the blue pill and you need to go on and retire and live up to that dream of yours of that honky tonk singing in a bar, because you don't need to be here at all. But she's still there. Can you believe she's still there?
Well, that's inappropriate. That's really messed up that nobody would work with you. We was on an IEP. I would have went to the DOE. I've done it before. I did it once in elementary. That will whip them right in the shit.
Yeah, we just don't get along with the school system there. I mean, they did absolutely nothing about bullying. Nothing. They were actually intimidated by the bully and the bully's family, more so than us saying, we're going to go to the media. And they're like, okay, go ahead and go to the media. It's like, so what is there? Is there some sort of lawsuit they're afraid of, or what? Why do they always defend the bully? Makes no sense to me. They weren't teaching what I believe anyway. Like Common Core is common garbage in my book. So they weren't teaching the way that we wanted him to be taught anyway. So we just pulled him out. I didn't agree with the curriculum anymore. So
yep. I'm not for Common Core, but they do it differently anyways, because they have to do it for their level. So everything's, done to meet their level. It's tailored, and they have to send in their own book and to get viewed by the state when they do their testing and everything. It's completely different. But he's at a different level. He couldn't keep up with the mainstream Common Core. But I've made it known for years that Common Core is crap and not going to work for this kid, my son with autism. It's just not working. I don't care what your books do.
I went up there and I said, if y'all are going to teach this crap, y'all have to have some sort of workshop for us who are, up in age from the 80s who weren't taught this way, so that we can help them do their damn homework. And they talked about it, but there was never, I can't help him do his homework. I don't know what this crap even is. So it was like, we're not getting anywhere. It was obvious that I had no say-so whatsoever. So I changed that real quick, Common Core is crap.
Common Core is crap, but I've made and tailored my own classroom to the point where I only send him for a few hours. Right now we're ill, so he's not there, but I do a few hours because with his level of autism, he's been home too long. He needs that socialization, but I feel safer. It's quicker. He's just going to have lunch with them and doing some games and a little bit of work. You know what I'm saying? And I could do the rest. He's tired. He's on drugs for his seizures. You know what I mean?
Right.
It works for us right now. Hour in time. Might I move up in the future? Maybe, but 3 hours max is good for me right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to tire him out too much.
The whole time that they were going to school, I worried, and I would go up there and eat lunch with them, and it was just not worth it. I'd just rather have him here where I know he's safe. He's getting food that's decent. That was another thing. He would projectile vomit when he would get to the cafeteria and see some of the eating habits of other kids. Yeah. Talking with their mouth open or dipping their pizza in mayonnaise and shit like that. He would just like freak the fuck out at lunchtime.
Oh wow.
So it was like, if I've got to come up here at lunch anyway, let's just do this at home.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and
Yeah.
everybody was doing it from home anyway. So I just made the transition after that.
It's too bad they didn't work with a different district or see what other programs were out there just for, you never know what's in your future, but I totally get it. Trust me.
Yeah.
With my daughter when she was younger, just for like, I don't know if it was 2 years, maybe close to 2 years. And then she went to a private school for a little while, but it was very, very expensive.
Yeah, I have a hard time with math anyway.
Yeah.
I have several learning disabilities, and math is one of them. I just don't get it, I mean, like doing deals and things like that I could memorize, I was fine. But like when it got to like algebra, I didn't get it. I never grasped the concept of algebra. And I know that's my learning disability.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the style that they're teaching, like if the teacher has a particular style, my grandson loved this one teacher, Miss Pettit, at East Bend Elementary. And she taught him ways of doing things. Like, I can't remember how it was, but he learned his times tables and he like counted his knuckles or something like that. But he got it. He got it. It was her style, her teaching style. He got, and he excelled in math that year. And I to me, it's the teacher,
Oh yeah, there's a teacher that clicks with each, with different kids. Totally.
Well, this one that Charlie had, she wanted to be in a bar. She didn't want to click with any kid. She was hating being there, and it showed. It showed on her face, her attitude. She was just, and I said, honey, why don't you just go on and retire? I mean, seriously, why are you here? Retire for the kids' sake. Retire.
Led classes to help with that. Like they didn't work with them to try to get a different class. It just seems weird. Like
I could tell you worse. They wanted to hold Charlie back in like first fucking grade. Well, we made a stink about that and said, it's the teacher, it's the teacher, it's the teacher, because she was one of these. Talk to the hand, I'm busy. When he would have an issue. And that year he was being harassed by a little gay boy. And it made Charlie very uncomfortable. He was always wanting to kiss him and touch him and rub on him. And he would say, it's okay, we're gay. And Charlie was like, And so I went to them and told them about that. And they diminished the importance of it. And would not only... Wait till you hear this, Sarah. It's going to piss... Wait till you hear this. It's going to make you so mad. This is another reason why I took him out of that whole system. They flunked him and put him back with that bitch. He had to have her a whole nother year. That was the year I should have pulled him out.
Wow.
They not only said, not only are we not going to, not hold him back, but we're going to hold him back and put him back with her. I said, that is the stupidest thing. I should have pulled him out then. It's the Yadkin County school system in North Carolina. Terrible school system. Love the county, love the people, but that is the worst school system I could have ever been involved with my children and their.
Very strange. You're talking about did you say first grade?
It was first or second grade.
Okay, but that has nothing to do like you had mentioned. Another child was touching them and stuff. Like
yes,
sexualized. Like it sounds like you're in a sexual ways. That should have been looked into. First graders aren't.
Oh, totally. I said this is sexual harassment. They go.
It really is. It sounds like that.
They're only 7. I don't give a damn if they're only 7. He doesn't want to come to school because of this, and they weren't listening.
No, they should have been looking into that other student to see what's going on at home, that they're doing that to another student at school, because that's not normal for them.
Oh, definitely. I thought that too,
Wow, that's very... Man, school can get, these talks can get so heated, huh?
Yeah. So with all that collectively, plus with what was happening with my grandson at the same time, it was like, screw this. After COVID, it was like, I'm not going to put him back. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to let him go back. And one of them played football, and he was bummer drag about it. But when he played football, they weren't teaching heads up, and he got a concussion. He got a fucking concussion. And I'm like, and he has residual effects from it. Like he stuttered. He will stutter now. And so it's like, y'all system sucks, man. Even your damn extracurricular sucks.
What Lynn's saying, I think most school systems do that because I know it's somebody else that was bullied. My friend's daughter in high school, and she left to do that computer one at home. I think it's little known, but you can graduate early. And I actually have a couple family members that graduated early from doing the extra work like that.
Lots of people in chat are saying similar things.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't promote bullying here. I can't promote bullying here. Yeah, I gossip. Okay, gypsy gossips. Whoop-de-doo. I'm a gypsy. So, I mean, I'm going to gossip, for God's sakes.
A little too.
I'm trying. Huh?
I have too, but I'm trying to be careful with my words when I do it now. Like, reported so and so. You know what I mean? Like, I try to choose my words carefully, but it does happen. You're right.
Yeah. Because being bullied sucks. You know, being bullied sucks. And I've been in domestic relationships where I felt bullied, and now at my age, I don't take any shit. I don't take any shit. But, it takes a lot to get me there now because I'm medicated and I'm older and wiser. And it's, to me, I don't have a lot of emotional currency to spend on people I don't even know, will never meet, will never know. So what is their importance in the grand scheme of life?
True. Exert so much energy. You're right.
Like take, for instance, let's just say, I'm going to throw out a hypothetical. Let's just say she has a crush on Rap. She will never see him. She will never meet him. Right? Has she ever met Ernie? No. Do you know what I mean? It's like getting way too caught up in the fantasy part of it.
Yeah, there's no chance with either, pretty much. So, not happening.
This hat's making me sweat. So, does my hair look blue? I've gotten this hair color.
Gotta click off
Charlie
the chat. Maybe
blue?
sometimes in the lighting.
Yeah, it's called blue black.
I think I have seen the tint before with certain lights. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Right now, you're pixely to me. I don't know if it's my phone. Where are you going? It's pixeled. Oh, there you are.
What does that mean?
Little squares like a video game, like little tiny cubes. But you're good now. You're gypsy again.
Oh, wow, that's weird. I see it now on my phone.
I've never seen that before on yours. The pixels. You were like a video game.
Yeah, the hat was making me sweat. But started kicking their asses. I gotta just read that one in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sort of me too. I started getting in fights. I remember one I got into at a McDonald's in high school. This girl and her boyfriend cut us off pulling into the parking lot, and I was in the back seat standing up in the T-tops. And they come in there. I wasn't even the driver. And she comes up to me and goes, I want to kick your ass outside. I'm going to kick your ass outside. And I turned around and I said, why? Can't you kick my ass here? And she went to punch me. And then I punched her back, and it was on right there in the middle of the damn McDonald's, and we both got banned from it.
That's all right. I had a Burger King
bite mark on my arm. I still have her bite mark on my arm. Yeah. Her name was Kelly Grayson.
I had a Burger King girl, too. I think I already mentioned it. Let's see.
Got a reputation. Don't fight that girl. That's funny. Hey, Stingray. Thanks for coming.
There's a.
Yeah, I guess I was a little redneck there for a minute.
Oh, good. Let it all out.
You get tired of being pushed around, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah, it gets old.
you have a Fargus moment.
Fergus. Well, here's a random question, and maybe nobody knows the answer. Does anyone know if BDAC is fine?
Well, Southern Girl said that no, he wasn't doing well, and that he was home now, but he had been battling was it pneumonia or the flu? It was one or the other, but she said that they had ran a test to see if it had spread to his brain, and they said no, it hadn't spread to his brain, and that was good.
Wow.
But it wasn't good that he had been in the hospital for so long.
Yeah, that could make you weak.
Yeah, and he had lost like 20 pounds or more. So no, he's not actually doing well. So yeah, I have to pray for him again. And I removed all the negative stuff I had up about him. I'm not going to kick a man when he's down. But boy, they kick me. I don't care. It makes them look stupid, not me. You know?
Yep. You got
the
a lot
more
of people.
they do to us, it just goes to prove what kind of people they are and that we were right.
That's true.
You
I
know
think
what
you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people behind you guys, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes, probably. I know what you mean.
Did y'all feel like this?
Fargus. Scott Fargus. What a rotten name. We were trapped. There he stood, between us and the alley. Scott Fargus staring out at us with his yellow eyes. He had yellow eyes, so help me God, yellow eyes. Grover Dill! Fargus's crummy little toady, mean, rotten, his lips curled over his green teeth. Randy lay there like a slug. It was his only defense.
Right.
So, I don't know if it was just me, but the sound was very low. I texted you in the little box, but I didn't know if you've seen it. I'm not sure.
Let me see.
Maybe next time you can fix it.
Yeah, but I need to fix my audio.
I jacked mine all the way up. I couldn't hear it. I don't know if it was just me, though. Unless anyone in the... Did you all in the chat hear that?
How do I fix my
It's weird. Now you have to touch it.
The internal mic?
I'm not sure. I know your videos used to play by themselves, and now you have to like touch it for sound. So I didn't even know it was coming on. It's weird how it makes you do that now.
I'm on the free version.
It's all good. Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that when I did it. Maybe I have to buy it if I'm gonna keep blabbing. You know. What is it, like $30 or something?
20, I think. It keeps 20 or 25. It keeps trying to take it out of my Cash App, and I'm like, I've only gotten $5 from Gatorade. It's not gonna go through.
Whatever card you put it on.
I wonder where I'm supposed to turn it up. Maybe that's it. Is that it? Okay, here's volume.
Sound is fine. Okay, it was just me then, maybe.
Oh, okay.
They said it was
so
fine.
They heard it okay?
That's what it looks like. Fluffy and Stingray said yes. But yeah, I love that clip.
Yeah. That is kind of how it feels, though. Like there's a Fargus on the way to the bus stop, right? That you've got to walk past. Sounds fun. Don't mess with it if it ain't broke. Okay, you're right. I won't touch it because I sure the hell don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, I had to switch to the free one today because that's why I went ahead and decorated all this. It was lagging anyway in StreamYard, so I thought, well, I'll just dress it up. Like I watched this girl who does the reality TV shows. She does Sister Wives, and she's got like a light here and a plant here. I think her name's Amber. I was like, well, that looks kind of pretty. So I started with that, and then I found that shelf, and then my stuffed animals up there. And then I got my tiger over here.
I died that video with the tiger with that.
Charlie Brown.
Oh, look at him. I don't know why I laughed so much. I think I watched it like 5 times in a row laughing when you kicked the little stuff.
Yeah, because I was like, what is she making memes about me for? I ain't even been around.
You're on the villain list.
What did I do? I mean, he didn't want me anymore, so shit. We all left when he didn't want us. He wanted Rap and Nicolina and Southern Girl. So why are you mad at us? We left like he wanted us to.
I don't even know who likes who anymore. I don't even know if him and Duke are together. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I know, right?
You miss a couple hours and you're out.
Makes no sense to me. I mean, I try to like both of them, Jimbo and Ernie,
Yeah.
And I'm not going to judge their past. Sorry, but I'm not going to judge their past. It's like, I hope the hell nobody judges me. I made dumb mistakes when I was young. So...
see. That short you did was so funny. Yeah, I want to see all the Christmas shows, all the old ones.
I have this stuffed. Charlie says it's a Steven of the universe, but to me it looks like me because it's chunky. And my daughter used to say I had a helmet haircut. And the Stevie the universe has that helmet haircut. And I used to have a belly button ring. And I wear flip-flops. So this stuffed animal, I was like, I got to keep this, Charlie. You got to let me have this. It looks like me. She's like, that's Steven the universe. So that's who that was that I
This
I
is
was
your
portraying.
This is like your new background for the season.
For now, yeah. I mean, I'll change it up. Like, I feel like it's all crammed in one little area because of my screen is so little. But yeah, for now, that's kind of it. See,
it's very festive. I just think it's funny you got the little tiger on the side there because like you said,
that's where we all started.
Funny you found it.
Huh?
It's funny how you found that thrift shopping.
I know, and it was like, I'm a tiger. Look at this. At heart.
Yeah, you're not going to not buy it right near you.
I had to. It had to come home with me. I miss us all together, don't you?
Yeah, that's cool. That's why I think it's cool when some of the people still like you had some tigers in here earlier. It's no problem. See, we can all get along. It's okay. We don't all have to have the same thoughts, right? We're not friggin' robots.
Yeah, and Southern Girl can hate me all she wants to, but I don't hate her. I have no reason to. She can plaster that shit all she wants to over and over and over and over again. That's it. That's all there was to know about us. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Silly.
It's hard to hate anybody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because everyone's like in pain, especially in America. Everyone's kind of hurting, financially, emotionally, traumatically. We're kind of in this all together. We're not getting out alive. So this is it, None of us are getting out alive. This is it. So, what are you cooking today?
I haven't figured that out, but it's just me and my son, so we'll probably have something easy. He usually eats something different every meal anyway, so I have to make him something separate. So I'll eat whatever he eats, like something he likes, which is not a lot, like grilled cheese or something. Something
No,
easy.
you sound like me. That is so hard. To me, that is the most stressful part of the day.
The food.
Is when he comes out and he's hungry because we never have anything he wants. No
Yeah,
matter what we have, it's not what he wants. So we'll have to go buy it and turn around the pennies and change for whatever it is that he wants because he'll fixate.
I
And
get that. Try to have it on hand before it starts to fixate. So I'll get the things that he likes because it's not as much of a problem that as long as I have those items. It's just not. It's more on the wallet buying the extra, like kind of like you said, and going through the process of making something different. But fortunately, it could be worse. It could be
yeah.
worse.
Hey, the stand. I want Chinese, says
Oh,
Rockin' Robin. I do too, but I've got a roast in a crotch pot, so I'm gonna have roast with some mashed potatoes and gravy.
I haven't had any since I was 7 months pregnant, and he's 19.
So I'm gonna only eat chicken nuggets. He
That's one
likes
of the food.
chicken tenders. Yeah, chicken nuggets don't fill him up anymore. He likes the big tenders now. Yeah. When urgent in the bushes, we sometimes hear things we really don't need to hear. Some creators just don't like anyone, mostly because they are not happy. It does hurt when comments are unjustly cruel. Amen to that, October baby. Yeah. I mean, like, the only thing I ever did was say, hey, Ernie, you might have a rogue mod. She's in here starting shit. That was it. That's all I did. Next time I'll just shut my mouth and let him figure it out on his own. Because he chose her anyway. We've been there all loyal and doing the right thing, and then he went loyal back. I asked him that in chat, and he deleted my comment. He's like, are y'all
Yep.
going to be there for me? Are y'all going to be there for me? And I said, are you going to be there back for us? And he deletes my comment. Okay, well, there's my answer. If you're not going to scratch my back and it's itching, then I'm not going to scratch yours.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we're kind of discussing, Jimbo. The unhappiness,
Yeah, I think so too.
different creators, and falling into traps and doing things for money and losing their loyal subs, friendships, choosing the people, money, blah blah blah. That's what I gotta see afterwards, because I heard that video Sugar Pie. I heard that it went to members only, but BK was going over it before I came over to this chat, so I don't know if it's like the whole thing. It looked like it was.
Yeah, it looked like some kind of phone call between them, and they were talking about uh his backyard and his dogs. And it's like, surely to God, he's not really in Texas. But how did he see the yard and the dogs?
The part I was watching was about talking about court, about him trying to see what he thought about getting out of it or not going, and what would happen to him and stuff like that. And it sounded like Duke recorded the whole phone call, and somebody said they were going to take the whole conversation and turn it into the courthouse because he had stated on it that he might not go to court, which could potentially get him in trouble, I guess. I don't know if that really happens.
I did hear him say that he was trying to get. Well, a lawyer could go for him if he doesn't want to go and he's out of town. That's all he's got to do is have a lawyer go on his behalf until he has to be in front of the judge.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option. See, I don't know these court
It
rules.
is in some places. I don't know about Kentucky, and they're a commonwealth, so I don't know what their deal is. But I know here, a lot of times the lawyer will show up on your behalf that you don't really need it because it's a bunch of, rigmarole between them anyway. Yeah. They're just ironing out, detail. I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Ernie wants to miss court. He's afraid of going, isn't he? But, to be honest, I think he's just going to get probation because he has a clear background, except for the meth charge.
Yes, depending if he's on real probation or not, I guess. Could determine his fate. Court appointed lawyer. So he has to go. Okay.
Okay, I see that. I heard a name mispronounced. I chuckled, knowing the pronunciation when a person was referred to as weird or geek. Forgot which and knew his situation. I felt real bad as a guy. Okay.
Well, that'll sneak up fast.
And that arraignment is in January?
January 12th.
Mm.
That's a lot of gas money.
Well, are they like real hardcore? I mean, how some towns and counties aren't, real hardcore. When you're gonna, probably just do probation.
I would have an appointment if I could, but I don't know if that's an option.
Are they hardcore there, Jimbo?
Yeah, he would know.
Hey, Tennessee girl. Hey, Tennessee girl.
Hi, Tennessee girl.
He used a court-appointed attorney for his meth charge and still pleaded down to disorderly. Okay. So he doesn't have a meth charge then. It's just disorderly conduct.
Okay, that sounds better on file, I guess.
Yeah, where was the van found? Was it in Texas?
Oh, actually, no, it
He's
wasn't.
facing 10 years. It will be hardcore.
I know, there was drag court up.
Really? So he could ask for a continuance? Have they gone through any continuances yet? I guess not. It was found in Richmond, Kentucky. Now, if I blink out of here, it's not because I don't like it. It's because my power keeps going. I'm sorry. Have they attacked y'all's too? Here in North Carolina, our power grids have been attacked. Someone's been going up to them and shooting them with guns and knocking the power out. Yeah, really weird. It's found the night he was around meth.
Oh. I don't. Yeah, that's such a long range of time. I kind of feel like it will be less too, but I don't know why. But I don't know all the details and stuff and how mad they are,
Trying to get my light right. It's starting to make my glasses do that glare again. He has to appear for arraignment here in October. Huh?
For 2 October? You mean the charge that he got in October? Or you're talking to October? Oh. Not here, must appear.
All the subs wish y'all weren't fighting, right? Because it makes it really hard on us. We're the ones that get doxxed and we're the ones that get harassed when we choose a side. It makes it really hard on us. I wish y'all just get along. Then we wouldn't get doxxed and all this other bullshit by choosing a side.
But there's so many different like creators and everything that it's just going to be a, mishmash of personalities and
Yeah. They need to keep some stuff off here and between them,
Yeah.
If I had something I wanted to get off my chest with you, Sarah, I would not go live. I would call you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know where this comes from. All the creators, the stand, all the major creators is what I'm saying. All of us. What was I saying?
You wouldn't go live if you had
Yeah, if I had a beef with you, I wouldn't go, where's my StreamYard? I got a beef with Sarah. I need to chew her out about it. You
I
know,
know how that starts though.
I would want that to be between me and you.
You know why? You know why though? If one person, let's say one person does it in their room with everybody listening, then it's only natural that the next person's going to go and respond in the same manner. So that, you know what I mean? That's how it goes, because they have a right to respond and let the people, you know what I mean? So it's not, and everything was kind of quieted down, if you notice, and then some creator appeared and started saying they're going to fight somebody and stuff to get views, because some people want the views no matter how it
So
is, you know.
you do think a lot of it is rhetoric to get views, because why would you have this conversation on live World Wide Web? Why would
Well,
you not go have this conversation on the phone between you two? Why does, the World Wide Web need to hear this?
well,
I'm
it's
just
obvious
wondering.
to me. Some people like it because they'll take negative no matter what, because everything was calm. And who deliberately for a couple days said they were going to fight somebody for no reason out of nowhere? You know what I mean?
I'll
To
tell
get
you, one of the reasons I thought of is because lies. Do they go live? Because they lie so damn much. It's like, well, you can't lie if I've got you live, right?
and then
It's the only thing I can think of. It's like, I'll put you on live down, whatever, and then you won't lie, right? It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I don't know. Because if I got in an argument with my husband, I wouldn't want to go live.
yeah. Well, then the people were getting into it and feeding into the, oh, so and so's gonna beat so and so up, in Texas, blah blah blah. And then we pull another creator into it to get the views up, you know what I mean? And now them two are fighting, or what it sounds like. I don't even freaking know. Like, I don't even know what happened overnight. I still have to figure that out. But you know what I mean? You see how
That
it keeps
sounds so
circulating.
good. I'm
It
so
goes in a
hungry.
downward spiral.
Okay, let's see. If you have, the stand says, if you have a beef with someone you only know from YouTube, where did the beef originate and where is it going to play out? That's a lot to dissect. So let's talk about that for a second. I'll get to the other comments in a minute. I'm not choosing sides, but I will not go in Ernie's chat. Really, Tennessee girl? I thought you were a tiger. I rolled right up there the other day, but then I got kicked back out yesterday. I don't know. Sometimes it's okay, I'm there, and sometimes it's not. Who knows? So let's talk about this. He says, if you have beef with someone on YouTube, where did the beef originate and where is it going to play out? So these are good reasons why he goes live, or whoever, decides to go live with their beef. One, where else are you going to find them? If you don't have their number. And if this is where the misunderstanding happened, he's saying then this is where it should be stomped out. What do you think of that? Very valid points. Like, if I was trying to find you, I would go, where can I would go in chats probably first before I would go live, but I see his point. Where else are you going to find them? Okay. And then if it is, let's just say it's about lies. If you go live, you're live. You can't, I didn't say that. That's not how I said it, right? You're misconstruing what I said. That's not right. If it's live, everyone kind of takes away their own. Right? Wow, I'm way behind. Okay, let's see here. The stand. I don't think ES will get prison time. He's 43, only one meth charge. He can say he's an addict. They'll put him on probation, house arrest, and through detox. Interesting.
Well, will they look at the other record?
Or harass my family and me. Yeah, like the stand just said, we have to defend ourselves. We have to defend ourselves. And if it happened here, this is where it has to play out, is what he's saying.
And going
okay,
with life.
So
keep going real life on people.
Right.
Members, etc. Like,
yeah, they're going real life. That's such bullshit to prove your immaturity and you're not ready for the internet. Where's your mommy? Does she know your own?
Children, their what?
Sugar Pie, he's on probation for the
Oh,
meth and disorderly charge. He's been indicted on a theft of a van worth $10,000. Okay.
and
Creators only docs ain't just cowards. The creators who docs are just cowards. They do it to try and control people. Yes, I totally agree with that.
yeah,
I totally agree with that.
I didn't know that girl, but I can see how different chats aren't the same now. They don't feel as welcoming with new, And this is
I'm
a good.
sorry. Sorry to hear that, Tennessee girl.
Me too. This is a good
He's been
point, right?
tased by police and had multiple encounters with law enforcement. Lost his channel, lost his Kentucky Colonel membership, and has faced harassment charges this year. He's going to get some jail time.
And do they?
I wanted to ask. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do they consider your a sponge record too? Because what you see is not just all of the record. You know what I mean? Some people have a hidden record, and do they see that and take that into consideration? I don't know, because there are other things.
I wanted to ask Jimbo. Damn, what was I going to ask? It was about their jail. Damn, I forgot. What was it he said that made me think? Oh, yeah. Is this the same one his brother's in?
That's what I think would be a conflict, and they would move one. That's what they do in juvie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do co-defendants or family. They used to move them so that they wouldn't be together for plotting and ganging and stuff like that. But I don't know if they would with the overpopulated jails and with COVID how that works. But I would feel like they would have to move one of them.
That's interesting because they wouldn't keep the Menendez brothers together either. I guess you're right.
It's not something they do
That
usually.
would be dangerous.
I would be
Yeah,
shocked. I would be shocked as hell if they did that because then they can plot. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Co-defendants are never kept in the same area either. They're always separated. At least they used to be, to my knowledge.
I was referring to the meth plea when they get probation, then violate it. What they do here, I'm familiar, but not Kentucky. And the van was before probation. No way, 60-day probation county is what she thinks.
Oh, that's
She
true.
thinks he's just going to get 60. Madison County is a county with 2 big colleges and several huge high schools. Their elected officials won't take a loss to allow Ernie to avoid jail. At least I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I did read that report. That one right there that you're highlighted. Somebody made a video.
Ernie's brother is in federal penitentiary. I'd say if Ernie gets less than a year jail time, they will send him to county. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would think too, to split them up.
The courts aren't there for justice. They're there to make money for the state. We've been sold a lie. If you want justice, the courts aren't going to help. It's sad. Please don't put your faith in the system, says Sugar Pie Honey Bun. Here you can serve up to 2 years in county before ever going to state. Yeah, October baby, you work in the system there, don't you? Gypsy, I'm going to send you the arrest citation report for when he was arrested for the van. He had the right to remain silent, but he didn't.
That's true. That's true. Anything you say will be used
That's
against.
right.
Okay, now let me ask you this. This is what Ken just asked. If he was in active psychosis, will that still hold up in court? If you talk and you're here we go.
Did that get on
I
paper?
work with psych patients and a variety of criminals. Well, do you know, October Baby, if you're in active psychosis and you talk, is that held up?
That's what I would consider, and that's what I thought of. But they sent him to a triage that to get looked at. Did they say, "Oh, he looks altered. We better take him to the hot triage"? Did they get him looked at that night? You know what I mean? Would that have to be looked at that night to determine that? Did they check his pupils? Didn't they say something about that in the report? I feel like they looked at it with a flashlight, but I could be wrong. I don't know if it could be backed up by a clinical diagnosis.
I would like to know that. What's his clinical?
Thought of
It's
that.
none of my business. He doesn't know mine, so why should I know his? Stupid Cynthia.
Yeah,
It's none of
curiosity.
my business.
Their attorneys.
There are attorneys who do mental health patients who serve time. Oh, I didn't know we had those anymore. I thought everybody was mainstream now in the jail and the prison. Do y'all know?
Probably depends where you
Do
are
they
and what.
mainstream?
Probably depends where you are and what's available, and there's probably a lot of cuts.
Take for instance, Pazuzu Everett. Do y'all remember when I did the story on him? He was the Satanist serial killer, and he had filed his teeth down into sharp points, and he ate into his artery and committed, unalive on himself doing that. They just had him sequestered, in his own little unit, and they were supposed to be keeping watch on him, but he was down at the main prison. They couldn't keep him at the jail because of that same reason. He needed to be monitored. He was suicidal, and he was psychiatrically, undone, smearing shit on the walls and stuff. So I thought all that was mainstreamed, and you were still among the general population. Am I wrong?
No, not in Forsyth.
That was a good story. That was Tina's friend that he violated, correct?
Huh?
Tina's friend was one of his victims.
Yes. One of his victims was a friend of Tina and Xander. Okay, here we go. It's so sad that okay, I see now. Okay, I got that. I need my charging cord, honey. Is it over here? I need my charging cord. About to die. No, I think I've got it. Just a short black one. I can put it here. Sorry, my phone's about to die here. Oh, I'm getting behind. Let me go back up here.
That probably doesn't look good for court to stand the comment on the October babies, because they might look to see if you're following doctor advice too, to consider if you're changing, I would think anyway. I mean, they usually take stuff like that into consideration, right? Like if somebody's got a drinking problem, they'll look at if you're sober, drug free.
Uh-huh.
Are you taking your meds? Are you doing what the doctor recommended to be better if you have that problem? You can't throw the problem out if you're not trying to better yourself, you know what I mean? I feel like they'll look at.
Yeah, that's a good question. They're going to ask, is he employed? Can you pay restitution?
I think
Because
that
like
comes.
when they ask you. They do take that into consideration. One, do you have a place to live?
Yep.
So that if you are on house arrest, they know where the hell you are. And two, you have to be employed. Like with my husband, when he got in trouble for his bad bookkeeping, he had to keep employment because you got a restitution back. It's okay, honey. I'm fine. Thank you, though. You have to show that you can pay the damn money back because you're saying instead of doing time, I'll give you my money. Well, how you gonna give me money if you ain't got a job, right? So, oh, that's a good question too. You got good questions here, Lips.
Yeah. At what point does that?
Does Stan know? Oh, does he know the answers to all that here?
The question would be, did MAGA transfer it because maybe they got their money back, and maybe because I thought there was talk that she was gonna post it instead and transfer it so that they could have their money back. But I don't know if they ever got their money back, Tina and Xander. And at what point, maybe it's when he's sentenced, goes away or doesn't go away, that the bail's returned. I think it's when it's all over with to make sure you follow up with all your court appointments.
Let's give it 3 addresses. Oh, look at this, y'all. He's given 3 addresses since posting bail. They're going to see that as a flight risk. If you're a flight risk, you don't get house arrest.
And the address on his license is none other than, I believe, Jimbo. I could be wrong, though.
It's sad that he had friends that were like family, like the Stand. It's a shame,
Oh,
But, I went through family members too before I said, okay, something's wrong with me. And, they are treating the depression, but they weren't treating the mania. And they were saying I was, major depressive disorder. They didn't pick up on I'm manic and I go crazy. And it really took me walking in there and saying, look at my eyes. They are dilated. Something's wrong. Stop giving me these meds that make me more up. And finally it took a wig out for them to say, okay, you're definitely bipolar. You're definitely bipolar. You're not borderline personality. You are definitely bipolar. And they took hormones into consideration too, because hormones can exacerbate it too.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're a whole workup would probably do him good. A whole medical workup. There could be thyroid issues going on. There could be hormone issues going on. There could be all kinds of things going on, Once the final sentence is handed down, the 5,000 will be released to Xander. I feel bad for him too.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
And Tina, they've all really been there for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's been paying on a speeding ticket for 15 years. Look at that. Oh, me.
Big ticket.
Well, Lips, with borderline personality, they can treat that with what is it called? Feedback. What's that called? Counseling will help.
Well,
as opposed to meds. Yeah, meds. Finding the right frog for me was key to getting my bipolar under control. Now it's under control, and when I watch somebody else wig out, I kind of sit back and go, "Did I look like that?" I want to give them the meds I'm on so they feel peace in their mind. You know what I mean? Because I understand when I see someone wig out, I'm like, I used to feel like that. Let me give you this. You know? Smoke this.
Yeah. Oh my.
I
Really wig
mean,
a lot.
there were times when I wanted to check out. I mean, seriously, I had it laid out in my head. I'm going to go rent this hotel and I'm going to do this. And, you know, so it's a good thing when you find the right meds and the right. I had that for 10 years. Okay.
My sister was BPD, borderline personality, but it looked like bipolar. She had the wig.
Yes, it does look like bipolar. You're right.
She got the Abilify shot once a month to make sure she took her
Oh my
meds.
gosh. So that right there is what screwed me up.
Yeah,
My
it's weird.
husband just gasped.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that made my bipolar off. I was so I could. It was called akathisia, where I couldn't sit still, and
Yeah,
I
that's
was like, it was like I was on crack. It was because I'm bipolar. I needed something else instead of an upper like that. They were afraid I was very suicidal at the time, though, because I was going through the trial and all that kind of stuff, putting the stuff together, preparing for the trial was what was happening. And plus I had 2 small kids I had to take care of while my husband was at work. And I would have panic attacks and call him and he would talk me down. And, you know, being a used car salesman, and then he was the finance manager, it was difficult for him to always take my call. And I would be, wah! You know, just wigging the fuck out, because it was like too much. It was way too much on me. Plus, you know, hearing details and, you know, getting the autopsy in the mail. And then, you know, and I had nobody, you know what I'm saying? My sisters had passed. My mom was sick and was passing. And my daughter was gone. And my best friend had died. So there I was, you know, and stuck in my thoughts. And we had just moved to the beach. And I can't tell you how many times I took the kids to the beach and fantasized about walking into that ocean and not coming back, because it was like, whoa. And they kept giving me more. Let's up the Abilify. Let's up the Abilify. And it had me just, you know, and finally, when they took me off it, then I crashed. I had a hard crash. And trying to bring yourself up every day to take care of 2 kids and a household and a husband, it was like the minute he got out the door, I had to take a nap, because breakfast and getting the kids ready for school, and it was that much. It was just like, and I feel like I just slept for 5 years because of where they had jacked me up so much for so long. It crashed, you know, and now, you know, yeah. So anyway,
situational things and what was going on also had definitely probably impacted that. Like if you didn't have
it
all
was
that,
like I had no energy at all.
it might not have been so bad of a reaction because you had the situations going on too that impacted that. Definitely, I would think.
Yeah. So I have heard that it. Can I have a link? Yeah. Hold on a second.
Don't you need a link?
I don't know. Let's see.
You have an app?
Come on down.
Peter's like,
Say that again, Sarah. You broke up. Hey, morning, boy. Sending love right back. Did you get it? Do I see you down here?
Let's see.
So the meds that worked for me, there's the link down in chat. Okay, here she is. Was triliptal and clonidine.
Okay.
And then I take Vistaril for my anxiety.
My sister was on clonidine too.
Hey.
I put makeup on like
Oh,
everybody
you look
else.
beautiful.
We'll check you
You're
out.
beautiful anyway.
Anyway, I was on Abilify like recently for a couple of weeks, and I couldn't stay on it. I took myself off and I told my psychiatrist, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't. And maybe that's my problem right now, Gypsy,
Did you
that's
do it too
why I'm on,
fast?
Now
like
you're
I'm
crashing. You're crashing from it
all
because
I
it
do
had you
is
so up.
and curl up in my bed and just lay there. Like that's all I've been doing for 2 days.
That's
I
what happened
just
to me.
like you guys helped me to even put on makeup. Like I've been curled up in my bed for 2 days. I haven't been live or nothing.
Well, I'm here. You've got my number and how to reach me on Facebook and Messenger. Don't recluse like that. I do that too, and I think sometimes having friends can take energy from you and suck energy out of you, and so you need that time to regroup and recoup and re-energize and refuel. So take that rest and sleep as much as you can because your body's saying it needs it. But yeah, that jacked me up. My husband said, "You on crack? You act like you," because I'm out here pulling weeds out of the damn sidewalk because
It
it's
made you
driving me
manic.
crazy. There's weeds in between and he's like, "You gotta quit." So yeah, I had to, yeah.
It almost sounds like you had a paradoxical effect. It had the opposite effect. It made you more manic.
It made me very manic.
Now,
Yes, I was argumentative. I was combative, and triliptal, it does this to me, and it's an old one. It's not one that they push. Abilify is new, and they really push it because it's new.
Abilify is old.
Kickbacks or what, but they really push it, don't they?
Is that a mood stabilizer?
What, triliptal? Yes.
Let me tell you what absolutely works for me.
Okay.
Did you just say Lamictal?
No.
Lamotrigine, Lamictal. That's what I take. And
I used
will
to take that, but I can't. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you
allergic
did?
to it. Yeah, I'm allergic to it. I had a
Oh,
rash
no.
on my forearms, and they took me off of it. And
That's one of the side effects.
my trans femme daughter was on it for a while too. Same rash. So I guess it's a chemical
I was
thing.
warned about the rash. I was warned
Yep,
about that.
it is and it could be deadly. So that's why they take you off ASAP.
That's why they didn't give it to my
Stingrays-
son because of the warning.
Stingray says you're absolutely right about the rest thing, Real Gypsy Soul, especially for us hyper types. Yeah, and if you're an empath like we are, you soak up other people's emotions all day long.
Yep.
Another reason why I take breaks from YouTube. You soak up their sadness, you soak up their grief, especially if you're dealing with these murdered children. You've got to have some downtime to re-energize and put some of that, good juice back in there. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I got to pee real quick.
What have y'all been talking about?
This. Sarah, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. I was just microwaving a muffin.
Oh,
Hey, y'all come
I
out
thought I
and
was
use
talking
the
to
bathroom
myself.
real quick.
Okay.
1 second.
You don't want to join? So I can go to the bathroom?
Okay.
My husband's
Sorry,
going to come
Gator.
over for a second and say hey.
Penelope's saying, hey, can y'all hear her? Come here, baby.
Oh, yeah, the puppy. Get the puppy.
Penelope, everybody wants to see you.
Tell them how I was on a bill of fire.
Come here, baby. He's eating, Sarah. Hey, Magnum.
Hey guys. Hi.
Hey,
Look at its ears. Psycho puppy.
Oh,
my
look at the
baby.
puppy.
Just my baby.
Awesome. Throw it like a cat.
She don't like cats. She don't like other dogs. She's like the queen. She's the queen of the double wide trailer. But we don't live in a trailer. She's the queen
I
of
hear
the
you.
apartment.
In the apartment. That's awesome. So I've been watching you guys off and on this morning. I ran off and ran a couple errands and went and did the laundromat and came back. And I'm going to do a live this afternoon for a field trip. So y'all tell all your friends come over. You're going to love it.
Where are you going?
Where are we going? Is it a surprise?
It is. It's a mystery.
Ooh. Field trip.
What time?
Bring your popcorn and bring your friends. I don't know what time yet. I have to wait for her to get done so I can be loud over there at my desk. Since she fired me, I'm not allowed at my desk while she's online.
Hey, that's a rocking chair? Gypsy
Desmond
never
got
rocks
fired.
in that chair.
Hmm?
Gypsy
What?
never rocks in that chair. It's a rocking chair.
Yeah, well, it's an office chair that rocks, yeah. But I'm so tall, I have to lean back in it, or else I'd be way up here. Yeah.
Lips left because
Oh, she wanted me to tell you about Gypsy wanted me to tell you guys about when she was on Abilify. It was exactly what it was. It gave her the ability to go 100 miles an hour nonstop, 26 hours a day.
That's crazy.
It was absolutely insane, bless her heart. And she knew she needed to rest, but she just like every little thing. And we had to get her off of that. I mean, it helped some stuff, but that's the thing with meds, because I've been helping her with her meds for years. Just because you're on something now, it may not be working, but there's something out there that will work. You just have to keep trying until you find the right one. And it took Gypsy literally 15 years to find the right one.
Oh my Lord. That's crazy.
Yeah. But the ones that she's on now are the perfect cocktail for her. She's been on them for several years now, and it's just that and weed complete mellow, except for when she's pissed off. You've seen that.
So you got to watch out, Stedman.
Yeah. Well, she'll fire you in a heartbeat. She fired me.
Get out of here.
See, I gotta go.
What are you doing in my chair?
Let me Miss Cynthia, please.
Get out of here. Come out here. I love you too.
I'll sit here quietly. I'll follow something, make a sound.
Oh man, let's see.
Gypsy did not go to them. She went smoke.
I did that too. I did both. My coffee went through me. I had to pee so bad. I'm always anxious, but it is past accident and domestic violence. Stuck home, it is more controlled. I sleep for days since I was pounded with Mom's death, and her estate just gets stuck in a web of not thinking. October, baby, I feel for you. You're not alone. Come hang out here with us.
Try Viscaril and see if that'll help you. It's non-narcotic for anxiety.
Yeah, I use Visceral and I use Clonidine. Clonidine big time helps me with my adrenaline. It brings my adrenaline back down. Ken, it makes him go to sleep. But like if you're angry and the fight or flight mode of PTSD, it will bring that adrenaline right back down, because that's what's happening to you is your adrenal gland is going when you're in PTSD fight or flight mode and you're feeling paranoia. The Clonidine helps huge for that for me.
My mom, Nevaeh, my mom, my dad, and my grandma's on Clonidine to sleep.
I use it 3 times a day, and it really helps. Like if I'm riding with him, I get anxious with his driving. Like it's more intense because, like, my daughter, it all started with an accident for her. She was T-boned, and then it hurt part of her back, and they put her on pain pills, and then hell started. That's when our hell started, was when she was T-boned. So I'm hyper vigilant the whole time I'm riding in a car. So I pop a clonidine or a Vistaril, and I'm okay. Otherwise, you don't want to ride with me. Shut up. I get on my own nerves, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I mean, what's happening here lately with me is my grandson, where he's moved to the town where his mom was murdered. I wake up just in a panic attack during my sleep. Like, I dreamed I was shot at 3 times the other night, and I could see the bullets coming toward me. And it's, then I wake back up out of that, it's like, huh?
You can feel them in your sleep. You get pain sometimes, and it wakes you up, and you have a pain.
It wakes you up, and you sit straight up. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I know I'm going to have a bad night, I'll tell Ken to go sleep on the couch. I'm like, it's not going to be a good night. I can already tell, because I'll try to doze off, and I'll even have you guys playing. So it's a distraction in my dream. I'll hear, Mama T or somebody in my dream, and it's that instead of the other. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather put that in my psyche before I'm trying to doze off than the other. But sometimes, like when they were saying that they thought that Monkey may have been shot by that gun that was it Stacy Wandra had, and those charges are up on. It had me thinking about being shot before I went to sleep, and of course, that's what the hell I dream about. So anyway.
I wish we knew more information or got another press. Like after they did the yard dig up, speaking of him, I just wish we got some more info.
Do you mind if someone posts Ernie's link in the channel? I cannot find it.
No, you can't find it searching. You just can't. There's too many tiger stuff. You have to get a link.
Can you send it to me, Gypsy, in Messenger?
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's live right now.
Is that what Maggie's saying? Is that what she means?
I think so. Is he live right now, Maggie?
It's true. I've heard of that.
Sugar pie, honey bun. I used to be the same way, but now I can't sleep unless YouTube is on. Okay, leave me alone. Don't laugh at me. October baby Vistaril is also called hydroxyzine. It's a non-narcotic anxiety medicine.
It's in the Benadryl family.
Yeah.
I even give it to listen to me. My dog, oh my God, my mom is on it now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, my doctor,
Cow is live with Ern.
I need send me his link.
I would put it.
That's who he chose. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how.
Money.
I get the damn link.
I would put it in the back. Lose you.
Then I go to about. Click that. Copy link.
Yo, I am so effing tired. I took so much medicine to go to sleep, and now I have to go to the laundromat.
What my husband's been doing.
I took so much medicine to go to sleep, and now I have to go to the laundromat.
Okay, there it is. Do we want to close out and go watch? They've already been on there 10 minutes. Have we missed anything?
Oh boy.
Did we miss anything?
Jimbo does on a normal day-to-day basis.
Oh boy.
I heard they're talking about
There's only one. Well, who's spreading all the hate? Think about it. Who's the one that keeps hating and making hate videos and talking about everyone? So whatever.
all he wants to do is sit there and talk shit about other people.
None of us are even
She's
talking.
hating on Jimbo today.
Yeah,
All right, let's
I'll
close
go
it.
to
What
there.
y'all think?
Somebody tell her to take my shit down.
don't ever leave us alone.
You there, Ernie?
Oh, they pissed Jimbo got the Liberators down.
It's not his fault that his own stuff was caught, right? That's what you get. I mean, anyone that does it, you risk that. That's your own fault for streaming. Anybody that streams is at risk of getting a strike. That's called consequence.
They're just gonna block you.
If I stream somebody, I'm
Just
at risk
gonna
of
block
getting
you.
a strike.
They got it. You got it in there one time, Ken.
Not Jimbo's fault.
Well, I almost had a
If I peep
love
on your thing.
Exactly where those cameras are.
many.
Did Jimbo make you stream it? No. You chose to. You put yourself at risk. Any channel that streams. I know some channels stream a lot.
In her channel.
Hmm.
Don't say this.
I was gonna close out and go watch. Y'all want to go watch?
I mean, it sounds like it's gonna piss me off, but I mean, yeah, we could.
I'm gonna go take off for Jimbo.
But
Okay.
but don't.
All right. I'll see y'all there.
Looks like we're triggering a whole bunch of people. Kathy,
There's
I don't know.
nobody-
Bye.
I mean,
All right. Bye.
Sarah, you don't want to go?
Shit, maybe it was my
I just can't imagine. Everything's his fault.
Wait, it's because of the accusations Ernie made about Jimbo?
Take it down now. Don't threaten. Now my life has been ruined again.
Court.
Wonder why it's my business?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here and go see what that's all about, y'all.
Okay, have a good day. See you later.
All right.
Oh,
Love you
man.
guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Thanks for chatting so long. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember, everything's Jimbo's fault.
Right. I know.
It's not about adult consequences for your actions. I mean, if you do something that you put yourself at risk to get the strike, I mean, I just can't understand. I'm getting already stressed. I gotta go.
Okay. Love you. Talk to you
Love you
later.
too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.